something new from Focus 3?
What the hell is going on? It is Monday.
Do that with your head again. Do that with your head again.
But we're here today to discuss the usual, a little bit of Star Trek. We're going to talk Kenobi today, which is always fun. And just for a little fun, we're going to also go into one of my favorite NASCAR movies, next to Talladega Nights, a movie near and dear to my heart, starring Tom Cruise. We'll be talking about Days of Thunder. So,
and the inevitable sequel, because Top Gun was so good.
I honestly, I'm chomping at the bit for a Days of Thunder sequel. Like,
can you imagine?
Hashtag campaign. We're doing it. Like,
we should. Like, I mean, dude, if we can get the Snyder cut out there,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, to the Snyder people out there, hey guys, how did you get that shit going? You know,
wow, TW, that's messed up. You're just gonna stop in and be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" But I gotta bounce.
Let's see here, rematch of the century. The voice of Qui-Gon Jinn speaking with Obi-Wan, and a Clone Wars era flashback. Ooh, yeah. I hope we get to see that too. TW, yes.
Did you like last week's flashbacks?
Yes, I did. Actually.
Wow, why did you hesitate?
I was just checking through the chat.
Now you're hesitating again. What?
I really enjoy. I really liked that stuff. The de-aging was kind of weird on the chin. I didn't notice it until upon further viewing. So, anyways, let's say hi real quick. We have Alistair in the chat. What is going on? Welcome. Early birds are always welcome. Geek Studios. Dude, been a while, my guy. Don't be a stranger. Stop on by. I heard you've been watching some Star Trek, so you need to come on by sometime. That dude Vince might try next week. Still tired AF. And 4 hours to work. Oh, oof. Yeah, no, man. Get some rest there, bud. And we'll get you next time. Let's see here. TW, hello there. Can't stick around, sadly. I'm sorry, buddy. RJ from Marvel Mania over on Twitch. Wow. Let's see here. Okay, talk about weird. I loaded up the stream on Twitch, and I was met with a Jersey Mike's ad. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, I'm so sorry, dude. I was wearing my Jersey Mike's shirt like a few minutes ago. I took it off before I started the stream. Yeah, I was there today. It was fun. Let's see here. Now, if I can't get the biggest coincidence, I don't know what it is. Yes, dude, they are watching us. It is game over. Let's see here. Hello there. Can't stay long. This is what I was reading. Let's see here. Dropping a like, offering 3 hopeful predictions for Kenobi, Clone Wars era flashback, rematch of the century, being epic. That would be nice. And the voice of Qui-Gon Jinn. Dude, I would love to see more. We have Ashley. Hey, what's going on, Widow? How are you? Krypton's Core, what is up? Let's see. I'm just starting. Right.
Now getting interested in Top Gun.
Dude, the first Top Gun is amazing. If you haven't watched it.
Like a month, man.
Oh, wow.
You ain't seen it yet either, have you?
Glad to see you back. No, not yet. I'm honestly.
You all are a bunch of fucking losers, man.
I don't have the freaking money. I'm like, dude,
I'll pay. I told you I'll pay for your ticket if you go.
Gas is. I know it's all good now. I just finding the time. I worked 6 days last 2 weeks, and like I just
haven't had the time to see it myself. So
You guys don't have Jersey Mike's.
Tom
over
Cruise
there, man?
dies at the end. There, I'm not holding the spoilers in anymore. I'm sick
Shit,
of holding the spoilers.
I'm done.
Maverick
Why
dies
do I
at
even
the
want
end
to
of the
watch
movie.
it?
I'm tired. I'm tired of holding it in, man. We can never talk. Maverick dies.
All right.
Rooster kills him. Goose's son flips out and kills him. He crashes the plane on purpose. They both die.
And then they go. Oh yeah.
And then
You could
they
be my
they
wingman any
rename
day.
Hangman Maverick. Hangman becomes Maverick because he's better than Maverick. He's the past version of Maverick. He's Maverick. He's the mirror of Maverick. No, he really is actually in the movie. Like everyone's like, oh, that's the Iceman character. No, it's not. The Iceman is the Iceman character. That kid is he's acting like Maverick did when he was young. But yeah, I'm sorry that you
Lieutenant
haven't
Pete
watched
Mitchell.
it yet, guys. It's actually a very good movie.
Yeah, give me a second.
Wow, fake spoiler. Ashley just come in with like snitching.
Oh, thank you, Ashley. Whew. Oh, you got me scared there for a minute. I might have had to get up and walk out of that one. All right, just give me 1 second here. I'll get the link to Mr. Krypton's.
She said I should still spoil shit, but I won't. There's really not any huge spoilers. It's all callbacks. You know what I mean? That's why it's done so well. There's really not any huge spoilers.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping that the movie will be solid.
Yeah, it is. You'll definitely enjoy it. It's not.
Well,
like
I was, dude. I get like, I hate to say it, it's the nostalgia thing. It gets me every once in a while. Like when I watch Top Gun again. Oh, I claim to not like it, but deep down.
Well, the first one, I think they were working really hard to like, hey, let's have something in here for the boys, all the macho shit, but we also need a love story for the girls, and they focused a lot on the love story, which I'm okay with. But on this one, it's like the love story, it kind of matters, but not really. You know what I mean? It's for pillow talk. I know why Jennifer Connelly's in there because Maverick needs someone to talk to about his problems. So, insert Penny Benjamin. No, really, I think that's why they put her in. Otherwise, Jennifer Connelly has no reason to even be in the movie.
That is so true, though. That is so true. But the movie is freaking awesome. You haven't seen it, Brian?
No, I haven't had time. I've been
so
busy.
I saw it once, and I'm like, this is like the best. Like one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. It was just good. Like the entire, it was funny. It was action packed. It was like, it had all the emotions that you can get in a movie. It was really
in 10 years. I've only
cried a little
been,
bit,
In 10 years, literally in the past decade, I've only ever been this pumped up for two movies. Okay, Top Gun, and I consider it one movie, even though it's 2 volumes, and that's Infinity War and Endgame. Even though I was way more pumped up for Endgame. But I like Infinity War better. But those are the only 2. And before that was the original Avengers. Because when I saw that trailer and the 9 Inch Nails, soundtrack with the trailer, I was like, dude, but you guys will see it eventually. Be all good. And Obi, yes, I'm excited. I was just getting ready to make a stream. I shit you not. I was getting ready to make a stream and I forgot it was Monday. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. 10 forward. I can't go fucking live right now. What am I doing? I got to be over there. I was still thinking it was Sunday for some reason.
Oh, we got a little teaser. Ooh, little tease. We will talk about it later. We're going to talk about our predictions for Kenobi.
What do you think is going to happen?
Oh, my God. He just said we're going to talk about him later. And you jump in and go, what do you think is going to happen?
We'll get
Shush.
Shush.
I ain't saying nothing.
All right.
I got a whole lot of with your name on it.
Zip it. No, I have. Shit. Anyways, we'll get right down to business. We're going to talk about this week's episode.
I'm still watching it.
Oh, you are?
I'm at the end of it.
We're not going to get like too spoiler heavy. We just
I'm so happy that I haven't been watching Star Trek because that means I can spend one full day just binging this shit, dude, and have a blast like I did with Discovery.
Yeah,
it's going to be good. And the second season of Picard, I'm going to be able to just sit down and
that season was oh my gosh, it was so good. The Picard season 2.
Yeah, no, the middle parts were kind of crap.
And it was slow. They were slow, yeah.
But yeah. So anyways, this week's episode is called The Serene Squall. I started to get like these weird Tholian web vibes because like when they cruise up into the the asteroid field, they get that weird shield thing that surrounds the ship.
Yeah, that's what I got too. I got weird Tholian web vibes. I even said something about it. I was like, "That's the Tholians. What the hell?"
Right. This is a beautiful looking ship. Yeah, they did a great
Yeah.
job with it.
Yeah, that is a great.
You didn't get my
Wow.
reference. I said Alpha Braga 4. That's what I said. Alpha Braga 4.
Alpha Braga.
That was the freaking trick he did. The mutiny. When he caused the mutiny, they call it Alpha Braga 4.
Oh.
I was just watching it when you came in, and that's why I put it.
Oh, that's why it went over my head. I was like, "Oh shit!" No, I like the where Spock's lady works at these Vulcan Criminal Rehabilitation Center.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like this. Yeah,
yeah. They don't put Vulcans in jail; they put them in rehab, basically.
Yeah.
Even murderers do. I'm like, oh shit.
But we got to explore a little bit of the Nurse Chapel situation this week, which is also nice. I mean, it was pretty solid as far as most of it goes. Why did they take that picture? That looks terrible. But basically, what happens is the Enterprise stumbles into this web, and it's this smaller ship that's pretending to be hurt. And what it is they actually are pirates. So they befriend them, and then they end up getting betrayed, and then they take over the Enterprise, and then Enterprise fight back. End of the show. So pretty standard. It wrapped up the story in about an hour. And,
well, yeah, they're doing that with this show, though,
and I like that.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I mean, the only ongoing storyline is his death. That's the only thing they talk. They talk in between episodes. Because how Pike he's gonna die in 10 years. That's the only the ongoing storyline throughout the entire show. But every episode is a completely different episode.
I actually don't think it's as tied up as you think it is, though, because who they mentioned at the very end, and also I think she'll be back.
Oh yeah, she'll be back. Oh, you're talking about yeah. I get it. She'll be back. She'll be back in the future. You're talking about the other captain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be
pirate
like
captain.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yeah.
I knew she was gonna betray him too. I kind of figured it out. Because why would they introduce the Vulcan that's in the other episode that they captured?
Yeah.
And then when she said, "Oh, I have a Vulcan that I fell in love with," but he thought I was like, "This bitch is lying," and he's probably gonna be that good. And then I was like, you know what? I was like, I think she's gonna betray them. She's gonna turn around, and I'm like, exactly what happened. I'm like, okay, good. But I'm loving the episodes, man.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed this aspect of the story. It was messed up because what happened was I had started watching it right after I was streaming, and I just laid down, and then I fell asleep. Probably about halfway through, and then I finished it up. Dude, these are some really awkward like pictures, screenshots. Like,
yeah,
really awkward. It's kind of like pausing a video midstream, and you get somebody like.
So I'm not understanding this. Was she? Yeah, she was. She was the captain of all the.
Yeah, the pirates. She's
all the pirates, right? Okay.
Yeah. And then Spock making out, so that was cool.
Do you think that they're going to lean more into the thing with Spock and her?
Yeah, just like they did in the 2009 JJ movies, like with that weird Spock Uhura relationship.
Yeah. I liked it though. I can't even.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was.
I mean,
cool
he was making out with Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, no, I can't complain. All right, Silas, get some. Heroes reference? No. All right. What is this, Kenobi?
Ah.
Well, the thing I will say I like about this show, okay, the brightness of everything.
Yeah.
Like, one thing that was kind of off-putting, at least about the early parts of Discovery, was like the darkness and like the bridge. You know, the bridge was dark. It's like, what the hell? All right.
I
So
saw
anyways,
the first bridge on Next Generation. That first one with the it looked like an old living room we had. Like, no kidding. It did.
awesome.
It looked like one of our living because we had 2 ramps that went down into a sunken living. I love that old place though, man. It was 70s house all day long, but something about a sunken living room, Brian. Just it's cool. Sunken living rooms are cool, man.
I had a sunken den on a house that I owned at one point.
And then I thought, man, well, same day we'll have another one. And I thought when I get older, I'll buy a house. And it turns out you can't find a house with like the closest thing is like a split level because half of it's a basement. You know what I mean? Like they don't really have it.
All right, so I'm gonna give it my rating, and I'll submit it to IMDb. But 8 out of 10. I mean, it wasn't over the top good, but it wasn't the best that I've seen so far. It was just kind of like
a basic episode, kind of like just a basic story.
I don't want to say filler, but it was just kind of just a story.
It happens. I always felt that the Mando episode with the Walker, the Seven Samurai one, where they had to teach everybody how to fight on their own. I always thought that was kind of, but it's still a good episode, you know.
But I honestly think this is setting up stuff that's going to come back to bite us later. I mean, you've got the Spock relationship. You've got the Spock triangle at this moment. You've got the pirate captain. You've got the I don't know how into spoilers we're going to get with this shit, but you've got who they introduced at the end of the show.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think we're setting up a lot of things that may come back and bite us later. So this is a little bit more than a
Star Trek
episode
is
of the week.
notorious for that. You know, recurring characters and recurring storylines that you thought were dead.
Well, I think this is more than just an episode of the week, though. I think this set up some stuff that we're gonna have to, deal with later on.
I'd have to watch it. I don't know. You're probably right, though. Star Trek's notorious for that.
Yep. So, what would you say, Thade? Out of 10?
I think I side with you on this one. I'm going to give it an 8. It wasn't, an episode to write home about, but it was good. I like the pirate. I like the pirate captain. I think she's pretty freaking awesome. For a villain, I like her. She's charismatic.
Yeah, I mean, she had that like swashbuckling mentality too. I thought that was
well. It's cool. It's like Jeebus says down there in the chat. He said she's like Jack Sparrow. She's kind of
basically.
Yeah, she's like. Yeah, and also non-binary, by the way.
No, that's very true. It did have a lot of fun. That was probably one of my favorite episodes of the first season. If I'm gonna be honest, I mean that was our introduction to Cara Dune. All right, Allstate.
Who's driving?
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, did your OnStar get? That sounded like an old ass OnStar commercial, man. Like people still have that shit.
Your car is upside down. Please turn it back.
I just finished watching the little bit of the episode I had left. Okay, so they are tying it. So I just saw a little bit at the end. So.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay. They are tying some things, which is cool.
Now, how do you feel about it linking to a not very well liked movie of the original series?
We're talking about Star Trek. Or we're talking about Mandalorian. What are we talking about?
We're talking about Star Trek.
Okay,
This episode links to a movie, one of the Star Trek movies that is not very well liked. Let me say that.
Oh, tells you to go climb a rock.
Yeah. Hey, all I have to say, Brian.
Are you talking about number 3?
No.
Number 5, dude.
Or 5, okay.
Where they have the mutiny against Kirk and they lock him in the brig.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I said number 3 or 5.
Brian, all I have to say is row, row, row your boat.
Ha! What's a marshmallow?
What's a marshmallow? God, that movie's horrible. But that can't be fun.
My favorite part is the camping scene at the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, I know. And
My
how they
favorite part's
how they
subject five.
revisit it at the end too. How they go back to it at the end.
Yep.
That's
Well,
not
this,
the one I like, is it?
I don't know. It's the one where they go find God.
I like the
Star
one
Trek
where
5.
I like the one where they. I think the one I like is called Undiscovered Country,
Oh yeah.
That's
no,
the sixth
not
one.
that.
That's the one with the Klingons.
where they turn off the
gravity.
gravity and they go in and they murk everybody. I love that one, dude. That's
That
so
one is so dope. That one is so dope.
I like the girls. I like the
I love how
girls.
Chris said, the one where they turn off the gravity, go murk everybody.
They do, man.
Well,
It's
it has-
I know,
insane,
I
dude.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was-
I
There's
know.
blood
Control.
floating everywhere. That's just so dope. And then they have that great court scene. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
with
It's
Worf.
just a great movie. That's a great
You are
movie.
sentenced to the gravitic mines of Aurora Pente, there
And
to
when
last out for
when
natural
it's got,
life.
it's got Grace Jones in it. He's like, I can't believe I kissed you. 'Cause she's a monster.
Should change
Not
it.
everyone keeps their genitals in the same place, Captain.
Must have been your life's ambition.
And then they break out and they go do their thing. It's a great one,
Well,
man.
go find out if he's holding your grudge. Go tell him we're not holding your grudge. Supposing he's holding your grudge.
Let him know we're not holding a grudge. I love that.
Well,
movie,
supposing
though.
It
he's
wasn't
holding your
Grace
grudge.
Jones. You're right. It was Iman. It was Iman. It was
It
David
was
Bowie's
Iman.
wife.
Iman,
It was
Iman.
Bowie's wife at the time.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
Bowie's
Bowie
wife.
was. I think Bowie was married to her at that time.
Yeah, she was.
He was.
Yeah, that's the one that wasn't he like in a white suit, Iman, like, or had crystals in her face or something like that.
She had something on her, and she had like a fur coat. She's gorgeous.
Yeah,
she had
she's
like
still
this
fucking
hair
gorgeous,
thing.
man.
He was a shape-shifting alien.
Her name was Martia.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wasn't it the one where they the one with that they shoot everybody? Was it the Klingons, right? That they shoot everybody and it's all the gravity up in the air and then
and they frame Kirk for it. They frame a bunch of officers from Starfleet. Kirk goes down to this prison. They get off the prison, and they have to fight. But
Spock and McCoy were the ones framed.
There's this crazy court scene, and there's going to be an assassination.
Yes,
it's a really
with
good
Worf's
one,
grandfather. With Worf's
If I'm not
grandfather.
mistaken, Christopher Lloyd was one of the main Klingons in it.
No,
that was in
he was in number 3. He was in number.
I was in number 3.
Yeah, he was Captain Korg.
Who was the bad guy?
Odo was in it. Rene Auberjonois is in it. He's Colonel West.
When was the guy who played Eddie Munster? Which one was that? Was it that the Undiscovered Country?
No, it was Kang. Kang was the bad guy in Undiscovered Country. He was the Klingon with an eye patch.
Yeah.
General Chang. Yeah, that was Christopher
General
Plummer.
General Chang, yeah.
Christopher Plummer. And then the allegory with the Soviet Union.
Oh, I love that. I love the scene where they're about to assassinate the president of the Federation, and Kirk jumps to grab him and knock him out of the way, and then he looks down and he goes, "Kirk, Enterprise."
That's Kurtwood Smith too. Like freaking.
That is Kurtwood Smith, isn't it?
Yes.
That's Red Foreman. Holy,
that's Red Foreman. No shit, I forgot all about that.
Clarence
that is
Bonniger.
Red Foreman.
Yeah, Clarence Bonniger.
Clarence Bonniger from fucking RoboCop. Yeah, man.
Bitches leave.
Talk about a versatile actor, you know.
Right?
Hey,
I mean, and
are you a good cop?
Don't get me wrong. He's scary in both of them. He's scary in RoboCop and as Red Foreman.
That's true.
Dude, you guys gonna watch that '90s show?
Yeah, absolutely.
I might give it
I'm gonna give it a shot. If they're bringing them all back, hell yeah, man. The last time I saw Topher Grace in anything I liked, it was Predators, and he was a serial killer.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
What Predator?
He was a serial killer doctor.
Yeah,
he was a
That's right.
he was a serial killing
He's
doctor.
the one person that didn't fit in there. Was like, what's the doctor doing here? And I'm like, I know what he's doing there. Like they were telegraphing that shit, dude.
That was with the guy from the piano, right?
Yeah. Yep.
What's his name?
Yeah, that was with Adrian Brody.
Yeah, Adrian Brody. Yeah, okay. Damn, I haven't seen that shit.
Walton Goggins was in it. It had that really great samurai fight with the Predator. That's the only other movie where they've ever played Billy's music. Remember the first one, Billy sacrifices himself? snaps his necklace off. That the only time they've ever played Billy's music again as a Predator in a Predator movie was Predators, when that samurai that Yakuza guy went against.
Are you excited? Are you guys excited for Prey?
We'll see.
It looks
Like,
good.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
I'm willing to watch
at
it.
least I was like, it's a stupid joke. At least
I think it's stupid, all the controversy some of these dumbasses have over it.
I know. I'm like, why do they speak English? It's like so stupid, dude. Because we need to
No.
understand.
The stupidest part of that controversy is the whole, she's a female, and why is she a warrior? There were Native American female warriors. Yeah, there were.
Of course they were. Of course they were.
There, I can name one right now off the top of my head. She was an Apache. Her name was Lozen.
Squanto was one.
Yeah, we didn't treat like other people like when I read about the African queen, that she played no joke, and she kicked out all the Europeans from African shit, and she was the African queen of fighter and shit. I read about her the other day, and it's like, dude, the only people that treated women like lower class citizens were the Europeans, point blank. Because there's been in Asia and every other culture. In every other culture, there have been warrior women and warrior men.
All right. That leads us to 10 Forward presents Evening at the Holodeck, where we talk about anything but Star Trek. Well, we got the tease.
Oh, Dark Lord of the Sith. We've got a Sith. There's a Sith right there in the screen. No.
That's right. We have Darth Vader in full regalia, losing again. No,
you didn't lose,
but in an epic way. No, this week's episode
was so awesome.
Was the best so far, in my opinion,
of any Star Trek. I thought it was better than anything Mandalorian. I thought it was like, I mean, I love the Mandalorian, but any Star Trek for a long time, that scene right there, the whole scene of him controlling the ship.
Star Wars. He said Star Trek. Star Wars, kid.
Star Wars. That's how much I love Star Wars.
we went from one star to the other.
I mean, I was like, holy crap. And then how he ripped apart that ship like it was like nothing. I was like, dude.
Yeah, can we once again this week talk about how scary freaking Vader was in episode 5? Jesus.
I like that episode a lot. But also I'm just like, I mean, you know me. I'm separating them. Yeah. I'm trying not to think about the original trilogy or the movies and go into Obi-Wan, because I'll be like, yeah, Vader's a badass, but people just got to understand new time, new technology, new things to have fun with. Yeah. If George had that kind of technology, he probably would have done all the same fun shit we're doing now.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'll say. Well, the guys with the acrobats, the lightsabers, they didn't fight like that in the trilogy. Yeah, because they were on 35mm, jackasses. like let it go.
Well, it's also, guys, you have to think about it. By the time of episode 4, Vader was in his 50s. Obi-Wan was in his 70s nearly. So it was a couple of old men dueling, okay?
Were they really that old?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, not really. No.
Well, 10 years from now, Vader was in his 40s. Okay, so not 50s, 40s. And Kenobi was in his 60s, because there's 10 years difference.
Yeah, there's a 10-year
difference. Kenobi would have been in his 50s.
Yeah. Yeah, but back then, back in the 70s and 80s, a 60-year-old looked like they were in their 80s. No joke. You remember, like, people that were 60 they had all white hair. They looked older than what they look now. Now, the 60-year-old look like freaking a 20-year-old now. Look at I remember. Look at the Golden Girls, right? They were in their 60s, and look at Jennifer Lopez. She's 53. Okay.
Yeah.
Just think about it.
Who's Jennifer? Jennifer who?
I mean, what?
Jennifer who?
Jennifer Lopez.
Who?
Jennifer Lopez.
I've never heard of her. You keep saying it over and over. Doesn't mean I heard of the chick.
Let's see here. No.
You mean Selena?
that chick
Como
from
le
U-Turn.
flor. I'm sorry, I'll start singing that shit if you don't move on.
All right, so Darth Vader could force stop the other ship while he was ripping the other one apart. This is true. Okay, so here's my thoughts on the matter. This wasn't Darth Vader, guys.
This is Anakin.
This is Anakin Skywalker, bro.
Who are we talking about? The guy fighting Obi right now? Training?
I'm talking about
No,
this,
no,
but I'm
Chris,
also
Chris,
talking
good
about
troll
the
it,
dude in
good
the
troll
Darth
it.
Vader suit.
No,
The
I'm
dude in the
okay.
Darth
You
Vader
guys,
suit
I
that let
understand. and I keep
Obi-Wan
hearing-
get away. Okay?
I understand, and I keep hearing people say that. I'm telling you, I'm not. Brodan says it. Everybody's been saying it. I even heard you not.
Well, it's because
I'm not,
it's obvious.
I'm not
He
feeding
is
on.
not-
It's not obvious. He's in the Vader suit. He's Vader. That's that.
No, he's
For me.
still conflicted. Chris, what we mean by calling him Anakin is he's still conflicted. He has not become fully Vader yet. He has not
But
become the
Vader
Sith
was
Lord yet.
conflicted his whole life, Thade. You know that.
Yeah,
He was
but he's
always
no.
conflicted.
You're not understanding what I'm trying to say here. He hasn't gotten to where he's given completely into the emptiness that it is to be a Sith. He's not there yet. He's still very much a broken Jedi child. He's not the calm, cool, and collected Vader as he is later on. There's more of a calm to Vader in the original trilogy. Right now, he's still not Vader.
He's been in the suit how many years now?
10 years. But
Yeah,
that doesn't mean he's accepted. But that doesn't mean he's accepted who he is yet, Chris. And that's what we were trying to tell you the other night.
Yeah, but
He
you
hasn't
just kinda
fully
tell me that doesn't mean I
accepted-
gotta agree with
if you
it.
think about it, Chris, because he's still all raw with emotion. He wants to get him no matter what, right? So he's raw with emotion. And when we meet up with him, because I haven't seen Rogue One yet, so I don't know how he is in Rogue One, but I remember him in A New Hope. He was just cold and calculated. He didn't care anything anymore. He didn't have he wasn't that emotional.
Okay, that's it. That's what I was trying to say, Krypton. When he's Vader in the original trilogy, he no longer cares. Right now, he still cares.
Yeah,
he still has strong emotion about everything right now.
Okay, I can get on board with that. I don't think that makes him Anakin, but if that's what you mean by when you're saying he's still Anakin, then yeah, I can get on board with that.
Yeah, he hasn't
become void of all of emotion yet. You know,
he's not the cold-hearted guy that would murk people just yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he left Reva alive.
Yeah,
even though he stabbed her, he left her alive. She's still alive.
Yeah, I don't know why he left her alive.
About the only thing so far of this show that I have not agreed with is the way they do Reva.
Yeah, they did her wrong, dude.
But I will say this,
dude.
and I've said this from the start. I agree with Brodan. That should have been second sister. The Inquisitor from
but
Fallen
the one
Order.
he likes in the video game, yeah. But then you got no sister for the video game.
It kind of
Storyline,
removes the personal story because see the reason why the second sister was in the video game because of Seer Jinda.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but still, I don't know. That's the only part of this show that I don't agree with. Still, is Reva. I don't understand her angle aside from she wants to kill everybody.
That is, I think that's her angle. I think that's it.
Yes, just think about it.
I didn't even understand that until I watched
that. All chopped right in front of
I didn't even understand it completely until this episode because I've been like, man, this shit
you know why
I'm not feeling it,
you guys
man.
Know why the disclaimer was there in the beginning, right?
Yes, because of the Order 66.
No, it wasn't that. It was because of the shooting.
Yeah, the school.
Well, yeah, that's because of
the little girl. Supposedly, she took the blood and put it on herself in Texas and played dead.
Yeah, I got you.
And that's the whole thing when Reva said, "I went down, played dead, and I was on top of the bodies, and they were all sliced." That's why the disclaimer at the beginning of the thing was there because it's basically the same thing that happened.
Okay.
I will say this: I heard a rumor earlier because it was implied that Anakin had stabbed her in the Jedi Temple when she was a child. And we
Yeah, she
know
did.
from the Mandalorian, we know from the Mandalorian that there was another young Jedi there that's still around now. There's a rumor going around that it was Grogu that saved her when she was a child.
That
I mean,
healed
they
her.
can always mix that in if they want to. I guess
I'm sure they could.
it's there.
Well, I mean, he was there at the temple during Order 66. It wouldn't be a stretch.
Okay. I mean, I want to believe that. They've never really said that. Everybody else just said
Well,
that.
don't you remember there were like 5 of them that ran away?
Yeah, but they did show something. Order 66 happened, so I'm assuming it is the
During
temple.
Order
It was the
66.
temple.
The
You
first,
know?
in the first episode of the series, they had like 5.
Yeah, they're all at the temple. That's still those
I'm
flashbacks are to
talking
the temple
about
during Order
Baby
66.
Yoda. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about it's only been alluded to that Baby Yoda, that Grogu might have been at the temple when they showed his flashbacks.
No,
they
he
just
was
showed
at the
shit
dude.
jump
He
off.
was at the
Was
temple.
the
That
temple?
wasn't alluded to. He was at the temple in the Mandalorian.
Okay, show me. Produce receipts, and I'll believe you.
It's in the second season when
It's in the second season
I
of
want to
Mandalorian.
see this. I want to see this.
It's
'Cause
in
I
the
watched
Ahsoka
it.
episode.
It's in
in
the
the
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka
Yeah, the
episode.
Ahsoka episode. They talk about Order 66. They never say where Grogu was. They never say how he got out or anything. They never talk about the temple.
Well, they don't talk about how he got out, but they talk
But
about
he was there when it
they
happened.
show that part of Order 66. Where
I hope you guys are right, because I've watched it 3 or 4 times because everyone tells me that he's in the temple, and I want to believe that that's where he was, but they never really say it, because that's what makes me think they're going to hit us with a swerve move. You know how Favreau is with his swerve moves.
No, but
Sick of his shit.
If you look at the,
what are you, Vince
I want to
Russo?
believe I want to believe Grogu was at the temple. Absolutely. Where else would he have been? But they never really will come out and say it.
If you looked at that episode when he stabs her, it seems like he stabbed her before when she was younger, but didn't kill her.
I know that they touched and she tapped into his memory, and they showed Order 66.
Memories, and at the end you see that.
But all we ever saw was a hallway. We didn't see. He might not even been on Coruscant. We don't know, man. I'm hoping that he was.
Dude, Ahsoka even says he was at the temple, dude.
I don't remember Ahsoka saying he was at the temple. That's what I mean, and I've watched that episode so many times. I must have just missed it.
Dude, I remember he was at the temple.
He was at the temple, Chris. I'm telling you. Why are we arguing about this?
I'm not. I'm just because a lot of people will say those things and they pass it off like it's just a for sure thing. Then I'll go watch the show and feel like an idiot when I don't see it, because I've watched that episode over and over. You know, you have no how many times I've watched The Mandalorian. Okay, and I just don't remember them ever saying it was at the temple. I want it to be at the temple. I hope everybody's right.
Dude, he was at the temple. Like,
I'm just trying to think of the episode, dude.
It's episode 5. It's episode 5
of the second
of season 2. Yeah, and it's an episode called The Jedi, and that's when they go into Grogu's memories and they show him freak out, and they show the Jedi and they show Order 66. But
dude, if you'll listen to me, I'll tell you how you know. In the hallway scene, if you look to the side of where he's standing or where he's hiding, they've got the symbols of the Jedi Order on the walls of this place. It is the temple, dude. I'm telling you, that's where they are. I've seen this slowed down frame by frame.
Right. I hope you're right.
He's in a specific hallway where the youngling stayed in the temple.
Well, Grogu seeing some really bad things would be him watching younglings getting slaughtered. You know?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was there.
Imagine that's why he kind of like forgot stuff.
That's not real, Brian. You're pulling us shit that's not real.
What the hell, man?
You can't pull.
That's the parody one, Brian.
It's not. Shut up, man.
That's the parody one, Brian.
He's trying to pass off a fan film and be like, "No, Chris, look, see."
All right, no, it's real. I swear to God, I seen it.
I want to believe it. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Favreau or Filoni throw us a loop, because they're known for that. You know, there's a lot of them that we don't know. I like to think it happened someplace else. You know,
because you see the 501st, dude. The freaking
okay. If you see the 501st, you see the 501st. You're sure?
Yes.
Okay, then it's definitely in the temple. because they
Yes.
don't go. The 501st don't go anywhere without Vader.
No, and they went in
Exactly.
with him.
Okay, that's proof.
Blue
That's
helmets.
something-
The blue on
that's
the helmets.
something-
They're the 501st.
That's something shady ass Favreau and shifty ass Filoni can't get out of. If they're 501st, then I definitely agree with you guys. I definitely believe it now.
He was there. There was a scene. There was a dude trying to fight off the 501st with the lightsaber, and he's in something, and that was it. That was the only
It's a
scene.
dude and his two apprentices. It's probably Sindralig, the Jedi weapon master, and his two apprentices.
That's something they can't argue with. Now do they want to break lore? Fine. I can't wait for because I get mad at them breaking lore, and you guys are like, Chris, you're nitpicking. Don't be such a bitch.
No, I honestly, I want to say I want to say, guys, it's in Book of Boba Fett. I think it's in that Mandalorian episode.
What is?
It is. Now that I think about it,
that scene.
yeah,
it's in.
I forgot they had
in the
Grogu
book of
and Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
It's in the Book of Boba Fett, episode 5.
I remember the episode with him on there, but I forgot that they talked about the.
Oh yeah, that's where
Order
they got his
66.
memories, and that was when they were looking at.
Yeah, and if they saw 501st,
Boba
because that's
Fett.
the one thing I know. Alex, he's in the chat right now. That's who taught me that. The 501st only goes with Vader. They don't serve anybody but Vader. The 501st is always with Vader and nobody else. As a matter of fact,
Actually,
it's the only
that's
clones that were
wrong,
ever kept, right?
that's wrong technically because when Ahsoka was still a Jedi, the 501st went with her too as well. But she's not a Jedi at that point.
I'm talking about
So
after Anakin's turn.
yeah,
After Anakin's turn, the 501st were the only ones. Weren't they the only clones to ever make it to be stormtroopers?
yes,
Yeah, only the 501st.
the 501st, also known as Vader's fifth.
Okay, it's in chapter 6 of Book of Boba Fett. I'll put it on screen.
That makes more sense. Because
Yes,
I knew Ahsoka never brought that up. I'm like, where are you guys getting this?
Well, Ahsoka was in
Sindralig-
that episode.
Sindralig, the guy that was protecting Grogu, never left the temple. He was the temple battlemaster.
Yeah, it was Mandalorian season 2.5. The last 3 episodes. The last 4 episodes of.
I'm not gonna go that far. A lot of people say that the best episode of Boba Fett was Mandalorian.
It was Mandalorian 2.5.
Those 2 episodes were dope. I liked when
No, it was the
he-
last.
he
what was it,
admitted
last
to the
last
weapon
3 were
master.
all Mando.
I still think they'll let him back in eventually if he wants in. You know, she's like, you got to go do this. You took your helmet off. You got to go do this and prove it.
Yeah, that's what she told him.
So I thought that was kind of shady, though, man. Like, but then again, look at all the Mandalorians that died because of him. You know what I mean? Like a lot of Mandos died because of him.
Oh, here it is. I don't know if it's gonna work though. No sound.
You got 30 seconds before it becomes. Oh,
There it
those
is.
are absolutely. That's in
That's in the temple.
Yeah,
That's absolutely the temple.
This is when Luke is reading his mind in Book of Boba Fett.
Yep, those are absolutely 501st troops. Look at the blue.
The guy up at the first, there in the middle there, that's Sindralig. He's the temple battlemaster.
Wait, did any of the first one to die on this shit? Well, they are blasters, I guess, but I don't know. Because look, those troopers must have better aim. Because the stuff, I just thought it was funny, like when them stormtroopers came in on Obi this last episode, and like they weren't hitting.
It would have been cool if they would have had Hayden for this part, and like Luke was
That'd
able
have
to
been
see
cool.
him, and Luke was able to see him through the vision. That would have been cool.
Here's my thing, man. Even though I got my little nitpicks about it, because I don't like if I wanted to watch it all in a row, like a timeline thing, there would be like little nitpicks that would stick out, but I will deal with them. Just seeing Hayden and Ewan on screen together again.
That was
Was worth it. Was worth every bit of it, man. Was worth every. I don't care what any of these motherfuckers are saying, bitching about how woke this show is and how it's a bait and switch and blah. I don't care, you know. I mean, I feel that way too about certain things, but that flashback episode changed everything because every time they would cut from a flashback, they would go to Vader or a flashback to Ewan.
Well, because they were. That flashback right there was trying to show you along with what's going. It was paralleling what was going on at the time. It was him still trying to teach Vader. It was him still trying to show Vader that he's still the learner. Okay, I mean he's not. He definitely has
he
more to
goes
learn.
What is it? He goes in Bull's cock, dude.
I feel like what has he been learning then though? I mean, honestly, because look.
Well, that's what
What's he been
you'll never
learning?
learn because the way you act, dude. That's what.
No. I mean, what's he been learning in the 10 years that he's been in the suit? What the fuck's he been learning from Palpatine? What because in 7 years he's going to be the Vader
Nothing.
we know of that just grabs that guy and chokes him to death.
You know what he's been learning from Palpatine? You know what he's been learning from Palpatine? You're useless. You're nothing. You're not important. You failed me. That's basically Palpatine's been giving him this shit for 10 years, making him feel like he's under him still because he's still afraid of Vader.
Well, I know Palpatine kept him in pain on purpose, so that he would have to use
that
a lot of his force strength.
Man, he kept him in pain in that. See, he could have had a better.
Been playing Fortnite.
He's been playing Fortnite, yeah.
That video is one of my favorite videos that Enosh put up when the kid sees Vader come in and he goes, "It's the guy from Fortnite." I laugh so hard. That kid's so fucking adorable, man. Because I remember the first time I heard War Pigs, but it was by Faith No More. And I showed my dad, I'm like, "Dad, you've got to see this song. It's so dope." And my dad just starts laughing and he thought it was hilarious. And he's like, "You're adorable, kid." I'm like, "What?" Black Sabbath album comes off the shelf. He blows the dust off of it and shows me the original War Pigs. And I was like, "Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't know." You know, like that happened to me a lot when I was a kid, a lot of these remakes.
Also, another thing that Vader's been doing over the last 10 years is slaughtering Jedi.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
He hasn't really been concentrating on his learning. He's been slaughtering Jedi.
I do like the story about when a bunch of the Jedi went and hid with the Wookiees on Kashyyyk, and Vader went down there and slaughtered all of them. That's a great story.
That was in the novel Dark Lord. That was the same novel where he talks about how his suit, how much it hurts, and how much pain he's in all the time.
Yeah, constant. Because it makes him angry.
I really don't care about of canon anymore.
I think he's okay with it though. I mean, he got a corner office right there overlooking where Obi slaughtered his ass. Like he wants to be in pain. He wants to be angry.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people asked me a bunch of times they weren't big Star Wars fans. Like I remember my kid asking me, "Why is Kylo hitting himself? And why is Kylo hitting himself, Dad? Dad, why is Kylo punching himself where Chewie shot him, where Chewbacca shot him?" I said, "Because he wants to be mad. It helps him bring out that power. The Sith rely on anger.
Pain helps with the anger,
and pain helps with the anger." And like my daughter was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." Like a few people asked me that. Why is he punching himself in the leg? Well, because he wants to be in pain so he can be angry. Poor Finn.
Right.
Got his spine ripped through like hot butter. Ray picks up the lightsaber and she's a pro. Doesn't take one leg. I can't be mad though. I love that movie, man. But still, there are some things.
She wasn't the best.
Yeah,
though.
there are some things where you got to just go, "Okay, man, fuck it, I'm in."
Well, she was wrecking shop with that staff, man. Whoop some ass.
That used to be the excuse I used on because me and my friend Scott.
It's not an excuse. It's a fact.
Would argue so bad about when Scott got so mad in Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, that's the 501st.
Man,
I
mad.
just watched that scene in the Book of Boba Fett when Luke's with Grogu and he's reading Grogu's thoughts. That's the 501st because there's a spot where they run towards the screen and they have the blue patches.
We showed the footage on the screen. I brought the episode up.
I stepped away for a minute, so I wasn't.
Oh, it's okay. No, I brought up that episode. It's Book of Boba Fett, episode 5.
Episode 6.
6, sorry.
How many episodes of Boba Fett is there? 7, right?
7.
There were 7.
Yeah. I didn't mind 7.
There were 3 episodes of Mandalorian.
A few people got mad. I remember we watched it live, all of us with Max, and it was fun, you know. But Max was like going, "Okay, the Rancor part's cool, but this part sucks." And I'm not sure I felt like that at the end, Max was kind of angry. I can't remember what got him mad though. It was something that I was like, yeah, he's right. But I wasn't gonna, I'm not gonna hate on the whole episode because of that. A lot of people didn't like, like Boba Fett. Like Anthony Belcher hated it. He calls it Book of Woke or some shit like that.
He hates everything.
He hates everything though. But I really enjoyed Boba
Belcher
Fett.
hates everything.
And one of my new favorite characters is it's so hard to say his name. Chrysanthemum.
Black Chrysanthemum.
What's his name?
Talking about the Wookiee.
Yeah.
Oh
Black
yeah,
Chrysanthemum. Black
Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, Black Chrysanthemum. Yeah.
He's so cool. What a cool Wookiee. Human eyes, different kind of eyes. Have you noticed that like he's got like human eyes?
Yeah.
As opposed to like Chewie has some dark black shark eyes, which is cool too though. But yeah, I don't know, man. Everyone's like, why didn't they de-age Christian? Who gives a fuck? It's Christian. It's fucking Christian on stage. He's on a set with Ewan McGregor. Who cares, man? They got lightsabers out and they're both blue. Who cares, man? Watch this scene and have fun with it.
Yes, you tell him, Chris.
Dude, there's a guy that makes Star Wars videos. He has a channel called Eckhart's Ladder. And his biggest complaint
Ladder all the time, bro. I know exactly who he is. Yeah.
His biggest complaint about this series is the lightsabers aren't right. He's been complaining about it every like little review he does. The lightsabers aren't right. The glow it washes out their face. I'm like, it's a 4,000 degree plasma torch they're carrying in their hand. Of course, the glow's gonna wash out their face.
Probably pretty hot too.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the green lightsaber that Luke had, but blue's always going to be my favorite. Green's great.
Yeah.
But when you see Anakin and you see Obi and they're both rocking blue lightsabers, it just takes you back, you know. People are like, do you like the Rise of Skywalker? Yeah, I do. I know I'm a mark. I can't help it. And I mark the fuck out when you finally get to see Kylo with a blue lightsaber because it's rad. It's fucking rad seeing him with a blue lightsaber, man. You're like, that's who you should have been the whole time. And then you got these people that I don't know how people can like The Last Jedi, but not The Rise of Skywalker. I don't get it.
It took everything that The Last Jedi set up and it took it and it took it.
Oh, shut up.
There was no
ruined it.
Died. What the hell are you talking about? In that whole movie, all the Jedis died. The Palpatine survived in that freaking movie. What are you talking about?
Yeah. All right.
Luke, in that whole series, they just killed off the Jedi.
So, what do you guys want to see next week? Or, sorry, in 2 days from now.
2 days?
Man,
you mean tomorrow evening?
Dude.
Anyway.
Actually, technically, it'll be tomorrow night, won't it?
Yeah, I was thinking about actually staying up for that one because I don't have to.
I think Reva knows the truth about and she's gonna try to go and murk fucking Luke.
Look, it's all gonna end on Tatooine. We know that.
I think she's gonna try to go and murder Luke because she's helping on.
I don't think she's going there to murder Luke.
I don't think she's going there to murder Luke. I think if anything, Luke is gonna be her leverage or her bait to bring in not Obi but Vader.
No, but Vader doesn't know.
But Obi, yes, and Obi's gonna stop her and he's gonna talk her out of it and be like, look at what you're doing. This is a kid. Look at what you've done. And she's either going to sprint off for her own series because I don't think she's going to die because they let the cat out of the bag saying they might give her own series, her own spinoff. So I think she's going to go there. She's going to scoop up Luke because he hasn't had one line yet. Okay. She's going to want to use him as bait. Yeah. Or she might not even scoop him up. She might just be heading to Uncle Owen's, you know, and she might be going there to scoop him up, use him as bait or leverage to goad Vader in again, and Obi's going to talk her out of it because he's that Jedi who he's the glass half full guy. He's always going to be. He's broken right now, but this is going to be his triumphant moment. This is what's going to bring him out of all that depression, all that PTSD. He's always going to have that guilt, but now he knows. He's seen Vader in action. He knows there's no change in this dude.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing with the movie. I mean, with the show is that like his torment of him thinking that Vader was dead, that he killed his own, his own Padawan, and the fact that when he realized, I like those little bits, that bit where she told him, yeah, he's alive, and
that's true, Monkey. That could happen too, though, because everyone wants to know how Reva became Reva. They could kill her off right now and have another sequel to the sequel. Wow, or the prequel to the prequel. Wow, they could have a sequel to the prequel to the sequel prequel. No, wait, I'm saying it wrong. They could have a sequel to the prequel showing her how she became Reva.
Prequelception.
So it's like, I mean, but just you know what? Just leave her alive. Just let her be alive,
Leave her
man.
alive.
I like this actress. I know she's not pulling off the greatest, Inquisitor, but I like this actress. She cares
But
about
she was.
content.
I don't think she was an Inquisitor. I think she was like undercover.
Yeah, she cares.
Like,
Look,
think
she
about
cares
it,
about
she was
this.
always undercover.
She cares about this IP, and that's enough for me, man. She can't help what she's given to emote. She cares
Yeah.
about this IP, and that's enough for me.
Look, Moses Ingram. I'm not blaming her for the character. I mean, an actor can only do with what they get. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think the character was written very well. But that being said, I'm okay with Reva for the most part. I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
she's acting like a Darksider would.
I'm
Yeah,
She's
absolutely
acting
okay
like a
with
Darksider
Reva.
would.
From like the
I'm-
beginning of there were a lot of people that
I'm
the
okay
beginning-
with Reva, but I'm even more okay with Moses Ingram because she told everybody, y'all some fucking weirdos. And I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love that. She took a stand and she still is promoting the.
Yeah, and it's like, and what I'm saying is, like, if she gets her own, like, we need more stories, dude. Like, we know some of those Jedi's survived.
Yeah,
and
here's the problem,
not-
Krypton. People are kind of sick of, even me, you don't get more diehard OG trilogy than me. And even I'm sick of them trying to tie everything to the OG trilogy, man.
That's what I'm saying. They should just spin her off somewhere else.
That's what makes Mandalorian so good. It's so different. It's connected, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I'm waiting for the Acolyte. There's a show coming called The Acolyte, and it's going to bring like some of the Sith Lords from the past.
Yeah, Jedi Stories looks good too.
Yeah, Jedi. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that they're coming up with here soon. Plus, Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie Skeleton Crew is going to be outside of the Skywalker
I keep
saga
hearing
too.
that name, man. What is it? How do you say his name?
Taika Waititi. He's the one that who directs Thor: Love and Thunder, and he did.
People keep saying that, but I'm not. I can't picture the dude. I don't know who he is.
Okay, did you see Free Guy?
Did I see
Personally.
Did you watch Free Guy?
Krypton, I'm fucking with you, man.
Oh,
He was my favorite part of Free Guy. I know. I just do that because I know certain people who get mad if I don't, praise certain Marvel directors. I have certain people that'll be like, "What's your fucking problem, dude?" I'm like, "I don't have a problem. What are you talking about?"
No, but I don't know what's gonna happen, but I hope something happens where she does get her own spinoff, and it's
People can say whatever they want about the Patty Jenkins thing, but I was excited for it. I don't care. I wanted Rogue Squadron, man. You don't look. I know everybody wants to see.
And we may still get it too. She's still working on it.
Every story doesn't have to be about the Jedi, man.
No,
I love
exactly.
Rogue One. I love Rogue One. They didn't even have to put that. The Vader was just a bonus.
Well, freaking Solo, same thing.
I love Solo.
I had fun with Solo too.
Yeah, I watched.
I just.
She's like, it was good, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch it.
I love that dude had like a baby lightsaber cheese cutter. Or whatever, like a little baby lightsaber steak knife. And then you see like robot legs, and you see like the OG like one. Oh God! After he got cut in half, you see the OG like he still got the original robotic legs. The first ones the sisters gave me. He hasn't even got the good ones yet, And he's got that one lightsaber before he turned. I don't even know what the driftwood lightsaber is about. I'll have to check into the lore on that. I never understood why Maul ended up with like a driftwood,
like a cane.
Yeah, like I don't know what that's about. It's cool, I guess, but I don't know. And I'm sure there's some lore behind that. I'll bet it like came from his home planet or something. There's something behind that. It's not just some piece of wood that he turned into a lightsaber.
And the craziest thing is that I did not know that Darth Maul was alive for the long. I didn't, because I didn't watch the animation. So I
found out. Yeah, with the dump.
I didn't know at all until like you guys told me about it. I'm like, yeah,
dump. The current cast. Well, I mean, there's really that's Alex. That's because they're not really. They're doing so many different projects. They're not considering anything like a franchise project outside of Mandalorian. That's the only one where they're like season 2, season 3, season 4. Everything else is like it could possibly come back. You know, I don't think Obi's coming back. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Obi-Wan's coming back. I don't think there's a
If they have a second season of this show, which Ewan McGregor did tease at
I would love it.
Celebration, if they do a second season, there's going to be a bit of a time jump.
I'm okay with that. You don't understand. Ewan McGregor is my Obi-Wan, and I'm an OG guy. I'm a trilogy guy. I love Alec Guinness. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't like Star Wars.
I've been saying this,
Ewan McGregor.
We grew up, you and I, Chris, we grew up during the time of the original trilogy. However,
I've remember always our drought we had to go through, the Star Wars drought.
Yeah, God.
10 years, not even toys, bro.
Guys, I was born in '83. Okay.
Yeah,
that movie was released when I was born.
That was my first movie.
Return of the Jedi, yeah. Return of the Jedi was,
It was the first
16 years of my life. Until
I know Star Wars, I know, right? Like it's crazy.
But no, what I was going to say though is, even though I was raised in the time of the original trilogy, I've always been more of a prequel guy. I mean, I like the original trilogy. Don't get me wrong; it's what got me into science fiction in a lot of cases. But like, I don't know, I'm more of a prequel guy.
I'm an OG trilogy guy, but honestly, my top 3, there's one not in it from the trilogy because I have such a special place in my heart for Revenge of the Sith. I went and saw it opening night. I went and saw it with Alex and this girl I was seeing who, it's a long fucking story, but we all brought our lightsabers. We were throwing shit. It was crazy, man. People were camping out for it, and it hit so hard. When that Order 66 scene really happened, I remember thinking in my head, wow, Lucas went there. You know,
oh yeah,
you don't expect it. You can go see the Born Ultimatum that weekend. You can go see whatever. You can see all sorts of crazy shit, okay, or whatever it is. We went and saw a lot of movies that year. You can go see a lot of stuff. Batman Begins came. No, that was 2008. No, it wasn't. A lot of shit came out in 2005. That's all I know, and it was very violent. But it'd be like Indiana Jones has a different kind of violence. The trilogy has a different kind of violence. But picture like a bunch of kids getting slaughtered in Indiana Jones. You know, picture like seeing the H camps. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean by H camps?
Yeah.
Yeah. Picture seeing those camps. That's just not something Lucas would do. So Order 66 shit caught me and everybody off guard. Just the beginning of that, Brian, doom, 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 and you see the 2 Jedi starfighters. And then everything's peaceful. Then they make that U-turn and they go down, and you just see war, bro.
Yeah.
War.
Yeah.
Starships destroying each. It's brutal. And then the buzz droids and getting on, and then the funny shit with R2, and then it goes.
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah, and then Anakin decapitates a fucking guy, and you're like, what? And then it keeps going and going. And you want to know some crazy shit? Alex had to tell me before we went and saw. They tricked me because I wasn't real deep on the new lore. I had no idea Palpatine was a Sith. I didn't know Palpatine. I had no clue. Alex had to tell me. I went, what?
I knew that.
I didn't even know that.
Dude, I knew from episode 1. I knew from episode 1, but that's
Alex is like, Chris, Palpatine is the Emperor. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Emperor Palpatine. I was like, dude, I had the Star Wars Monopoly. And one of the game pieces was Emperor Palpatine.
I didn't know. So
I was like,
dude, you know how I knew? Episode 1. They did the scenes with him as Sidious with the Viceroy and all them in the holograms. And then if you listen to him and then he says, I am the Senate. You're like, oh, yeah, okay.
I mean, I just didn't put 2 and 2 together because it took so long for me to power to those movies. I didn't respect them right away. I didn't love them as much. But I remember like, well, this is the one where we're going to see how Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader. I got to see this one. We all went and saw it. I was the only one with a purple lightsaber there. I had the purple lightsaber, the Mace Windu one. And I'm thinking, he's such a badass. I can't wait to see what he does. This motherfucker gets blown out a window. Nothing happens. Like everything I thought was going to happen. Yeah. Nothing happened, man. Nothing good. I just remember Alex used to be like, I would be like, bro, do you see those Jedi Starfighters? Bro, do you see that purple lightsaber? And Alex would always say the same thing when the trailers he'd be, did you see that fucking Wookiee jump? That was always the same thing you would say all the time.
Wouldn't this be cool? This is just me throwing this shit out, okay? Wouldn't this be cool that, okay, whatever happens after 6, right? Reva goes to another planet. and there's another Jedi there, and it's freaking Mace Windu.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
And she learns from she learns to be a Jedi through him.
But in hindsight now, you guys, when you go back and watch those, and they're like, they always travel into the first one. There are always two, and then you get the frame goes right to Palpatine at the end of the first one. They're telling you, hey, this motherfucker's a Sith, and I still didn't get it. Now when I go back and watch those, I feel so fucking dumb.
Seriously?
Exactly.
I swear I had no clue.
They have that point out at the very end of episode 1.
But also, you guys got to remember, I all the way up until 2005, I saw those.
That's hilarious.
I saw those movies in prison first. I was in prison, so there's a lot of things there's no internet in there, and I don't like. But I was out for a few months before that movie came out. They wanted to take me, and I remember him saying, "Listen, man, you didn't know that was the Emperor," and I'm like, "No," and and he's like, "Yeah, Palpatine's the Emperor," and I'm like, "Get the fuck out!" Really? I didn't believe him.
Well, also, there's another thing pointing you towards it too. Each of the prequel episodes, he starts looking worse and worse. If you look at like the sallowness of his skin and everything else, he starts looking more and more like he's tripping towards the dark side.
And then the reveal just happened so quick, but by then I had believed it because I saw some shady. Well, here's when I knew Alex was telling the truth, when he was like, "Anakin, good, kill him," and I was like, "Oh shit, that is the Emperor."
Man,
I'm dead serious. I didn't know. Alex had to tell me, man.
I didn't know he was called Darth Sidious until Darth Tyrannus said something about it. Other than that, no, I knew exactly who he was. Because, like I said, I had that Monopoly game way before.
Brian, he does make a good point though. Very end of episode 1, when they're doing Qui-Gon's funeral and they're talking about.
I know.
They put right at Palpatine.
I was like, are you kidding me? You didn't see that part? Like they telegraphed it and everything.
Dude,
always two there are, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, they're telegraphing the shit out.
Also, no, they telegraph it before then though. They telegraph it before then though. Right during the celebration, when he sees Anakin. Listen, when he sees Anakin, he says, "We shall watch your career with great interest."
Yeah, in hindsight, you go back and watch that and you go, "Oh shit, that makes a ton of sense, man." Like,
1999,
talking about
May 6th or whatever the hell. I saw it.
Yeah, I should have known it was him from the beginning because he was in Return of the Jedi, that same actor that played him. So what are you guys talking about?
Ian McDiarmid.
Ian McDiarmid, right? But what I mean is, like, they had those special editions. I knew he was there. Those special editions weren't out yet. The first special editions were out, but those second ones weren't out yet.
What do you mean? He wasn't the original.
Well, he was in Return of the Jedi.
He was in Return of the Jedi, the original,
as the Emperor. So that's another reason why.
I thought they went in and changed all that shit.
No. Well, they did in Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back.
Now, in Empire Strikes Back, in the original with the hologram, it was not Ian McDiarmid.
Yeah, it wasn't Ian McDiarmid.
But when they did the remasters, they changed it to Ian McDiarmid.
But in Return of the Jedi, like the original Return of the Jedi, the one I went and saw in theaters,
he was that. That was him.
That was really Ian McDiarmid.
Yeah, that was.
Wow.
Yeah, he was in his late 20s.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Good.
I didn't even know that. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's always been Ian McDiarmid, except for that one hologram in Empire until they changed it. It's always been Ian McDiarmid.
Yeah, when Darth Vader chucked him over the side of the freaking railing.
Because I've gone back now and I've like studied Star Wars. I've studied, especially the prequels. I've like studied them because I felt so dumb not knowing like what else did I miss, you know? And then you start to catch little things like, wow, he tricked Jar Jar into like giving him power and like all that.
Jar Jar was such a Jar Jar was
all
such
that
a
shit comes into
patsy,
play
man.
now, and I'm like, wow. But I also remember thinking, how the fuck would a kid understand all this political bullshit? But this generation of kids, I know why they love the prequels so much, because it's very steeped in politics, and this generation's kids love politics. They're just into politics, man. That's their thing. My thing was skateboarding, you know, or video games. These kids are out doing activism and shit. It's crazy. It's the truth, though, man. Like,
No,
like,
it is
like this
true.
this generation of kids is way more self-aware, man. They're just more self-involved and shit. More self-aware. They're not too self-involved. They actually
Have you
give a
guys-
shit.
Have you ever heard the fan theory about Darth Jar Jar?
Oh yeah, several
And I-
times. I
And
love
I
it.
believe it's true. I believe it's true.
Dude,
I always-
there was a lot of things that pointed at him being something else,
Yeah,
man.
I always thought I didn't like that this comic book came out and made canon that, you know, Anakin's father is technically Darth Sidious. I wanted it to be Darth Plagueis, and Anakin was his revenge from the grave. That's what I always wanted.
Well, he was originally going to be Pelagius, but Pelagius was dead before, and then Sidious pushed it using what Pelagius had taught him.
No,
Because think about it. Because
well,
Darth Jar Jar,
even in
they said that he
even
was.
in-
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, even in the Darth Plagueis novel, which I just recently listened to again, he's 9 years old in the in the Phantom Menace. It happened before that happened, so Plagueis was still alive.
Plagueis was actually still alive up until almost episode 2.
Right?
yeah.
And it just happened, right?
Plagueis.
Yeah.
Palpatine didn't kill Plagueis until between episodes 1 and 2.
Like right after Maul.
But is that like a book that you guys that's canon and stuff about?
It's not a canon book anymore, but Darth Plagueis.
But no,
being
they've said it in canon though. They've said in current canon.
To. It was like that's why even when they did the whole it's alluded to in the greatest scene in Star Wars, the prequel, when they're at that show and they're having the talk. Yeah, I mean, he alludes to it right then and there. Darth Plagueis could even create life. He could stop people from dying, blah, blah. And that's what always made people think. That's what made me think. Plagueis made Anakin, and Anakin was going to be for Sidious, but Anakin restores balance, and that was going to be Plagueis, his revenge from the dead. Sith revenge from the dead.
By the way, Brian, that symphony that they were at, that was a Mon Calamari symphony.
Yeah.
That was it's called a bubble symphony or something like that. That was Mon Cala doing stuff down there, like Akbar's people.
They talk about it in the Plagueis novel about how they who that is and like who hired them. So I guess it had something to do with Regis Gnome.
Akbar looks like a fish, and they named his race calamari. That just seems wrong.
Oh, dude, we were watching outtakes the other night from Return of the Jedi and stuff. It's all on the Blu-ray for Return of the Jedi. There's a scene where there's a calamari pilot, one of the starfighters, and they're feeding him his lines, and they go, I'm going to be a roasted calamari tonight. And he said the guy in the calamari costume says it, and then he goes, oh, man, I hate humans.
I've only ever seen one. I've got that. I need to go look at it again. There's parts I haven't seen on that, but the only one I really pay attention to is the beginning where Luke's reconstructing his lightsaber and putting it inside of R2. You know, that's the only scene I never really seen. You know, I heard Empire had some too. There was supposed to be extra Yoda stuff and Red 5 stuff, but they never got to it.
Yeah,
not just him lifting it up and blah blah. He was going to make Luke like try every day, and Luke, at one point Luke was going to get it out of the water, but then it would fall, which is why I have a little bit of an issue with, like, you know, Vader ripping apart entire starships with his mind. Like, can you imagine? Holy shit!
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
like wasn't Vader in the snow tunnel when the Falcon was getting ready to take off?
No, dude, Vader. It's something Enoch said the other night. Vader's always watched shit leave.
Right? He's always watching some shit fly away, man.
He did it in Rogue One.
he's like always watching.
No, and that's why.
Like, fuck, that's out of my reach. Almost could have got that motherfucker. Like, the Falcon's fast, you know, but I'm thinking he just puts his hand up.
But just think about it. Was
stops.
it because of his hatred towards Obi-Wan that he was able to do that and stop that shit?
I think that one
was
thing
it
that
that
really,
emotion of that I want to kill this motherfucker. That
I don't know. I think what it is one thing nobody ever really takes into account is that the Force is a draining thing. It does drain you using it. Everyone thinks. everyone thinks that, you know, Qui-Gon's meditating in that scene right before the laser gates open and he goes out and gets his ass kicked by Maul.
No, he's
He's
doing
sitting
something
down.
called emptiness.
He's healing himself.
He's doing something called quiet. It's where you to stop for a minute and heal yourself.
Yeah, he's healing himself, giving himself a little extra boost of energy so he's not so tired, because Maul will take it out of you, man. He was slapping the shit out of both those Jedi through that whole scene, bro. Pure rage.
So-
That's one of those, I really believe that, like, you cut him in half, he falls. That figure sells more than any other figure out of the entire fucking trilogy. And then you know, it's like the Han thing in Fast and Furious. Like, maybe we killed Han off a little too fast in Tokyo Drift. People really seem to like him. Let's bring him back in all these prequels.
Here's something
You know?
you got to think about. Obi-Wan fighting Maul. Obi-Wan fighting Maul in episode 1. Gets kicked off that thing where he's hanging down in that shaft, right? That's where Obi-Wan learned about the high ground.
Yeah, but I also think that I will always maintain that when that lightsaber started shaking, that wasn't Obi doing it. I don't think
You think
that was
Qui-Gon?
I think it was Qui-Gon. One last death rattle, like, here, Obi, this is your one chance, or we're both gonna die. There's no sense in both of us dying. And I like to believe.
Okay, so
it's Qui-Gon.
I have a fan theory, and I want to know if you guys think the same. After Qui-Gon gets struck down, and Obi-Wan comes in there to fight Maul, do you think Obi-Wan was running off of the dark side in that scene?
Absolutely. He snapped out like Luke did. Absolutely. It was pure rage. I don't think he knew it was the dark side he was tapping into. I just think the anger made him stronger, and he was definitely tapping into some dark energy there, man, because he was pissed. You never see Obi fight like that. Obi is always the one thing Maul could always do is bring that anger and that impatience out of Obi-Wan. Every time they fought, until that last time, Obi snapped and would lose his temper. And in all the animations and all the comic books, Obi would always snap out and lose his fucking temper, and that's why Maul would always get the better of him. Then, years later, he's been chilling out on Tatooine, going through some PTSD, not giving a shit no more. Darth Maul comes rolling up and wants to kick sand, and Obi wipes his ass out in 3 moves. Because he went pure defense. He was like, I'm tired of this dude talking me up out of my game. This time, I fight my way. And he fought his way, and he wiped his ass out in 3 moves, and still had the class to let that Sith die in his arms. You know, that, like, I love that scene. I love that scene, man.
Heck yeah. All right. So just gonna kind of wrap up our discussion on this week. I'm gonna try to do some form of watch party. I don't know if I'm gonna join one. I'm sure somebody's gonna be doing something, so we're gonna have to get together and watch this finale.
No. Finale. We'll do finale. Me, Thade, you, Brodan, all of us. We can do it together. Stella, I'm down for that. But I want to do a Days of Thunder watch along. I wonder how many people we can get involved.
So that kind of leads me to this. Has anybody watched this documentary?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've watched it.
Okay.
I haven't.
So we're going to talk about Tim Richmond really quick. We're going to talk about Rick Hendrick really quick.
Can I start?
Go ahead.
Can I give a quick synopsis on Tim Richmond?
Oh, go right ahead.
Tim Richmond was the wild child of NASCAR. He was Buck before Buck was Buck. He was fucking everything that moved, and he died of AIDS. But he was the man, bro. Was the man. And he
didn't he win like 10 races in a year?
Yeah, he would have been like one of the. If I'm gonna go that, I'm gonna say he would have been like the next Ricky Rudd. He would have been the guy that at least wins one race every year for so many years, and he would have faded away gracefully. But he was so crazy and burning the candle at both ends, and they didn't have drug policy back then, so he was buck wild. I'm sure he went out on that street bay, coked out of his gills. I don't know how many times, but he was a great dude. He loved his fans, and he went out hard, man. He went out hard.
Facts. But he's basically the basis for the Cole Trickle character, not the AIDS part of it, but the quick rise in NASCAR, the former open wheel driver, you know, that transitioned into NASCAR with a owner that's just getting started in the business, has a car, eventually develops into another car. And the owner of the car is Rick Hendrick. Okay. Rick Hendrick is the most winningest owner in NASCAR history. Like, bar none. He has 14 championships to his name.
I mean, well, let's be honest, though. He got 7 of those from Jimmy. So let's
7 Jimmy, 4 by Jeff Gordon, 1 by Chase Elliott, Terry Labonte, and Kyle Larson.
He just knows how to pick drivers, is what
he does.
He can spot a driver, man.
Thanks,
Jimmy Johnson.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Jimmy Johnson because, one, he was the California kid, okay, and that's why I like Jimmy Johnson. But he was also like a Jeff
I like
Gordon
the
prodigy.
Vegas boys too, Brian. I like the Vegas boys.
The older one.
There's a few Vegas boys. Now, well, the younger one's a great driver. Let's not say he's a bad driver. He's just an asshole. But there's other. Where's Harvick from? No, wait, Harvick's not Vegas.
Bakersfield, California.
Yeah, he's Bakersfield. But there are Vegas drivers.
Oh yeah, the Bush brothers, and then there's a couple other ones. But yeah, so anyways, this character is played by Dennis Quaid in this movie.
But what happened to him? He thinks like there's a hit squad after him. He
went
crazy, man.
He went nuts. I got sponsors. I'm whispering in there. We're holding hands. And what do you guys do? You end up looking like a monkey fucking football out there. Oh, yeah, Fred Thompson. You ever hear of a Japanese inspection?
That guy's a real politician.
Yes, he is.
He's a real life senator or some shit. Like,
oh yeah, Fred Thompson. Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, no, dude.
Randy Quaid. Mr. I'm
Quaid.
crazy
Sorry.
now.
I know
Mr.
that.
I know that
now.
Scene.
I know that scene he's talking about. From like, you see a dog over there? Best coon dog I ever seen or heard about. And I didn't teach him a damn thing. He was born that way. Like, I know that. I know. He's like, but dusting the crops in the tractor, and he's like, well, let me think about it, man. I got some shit going on. And he's like, I'm offering you to be a crew chief in NASCAR. And then he's like, but we're gonna get rid of the inspection, And they try to say he built such an amazing car and always tried to trick it out so much with the cheating that somehow the exhaust fumes got in there. And he's like, dude, that dude was jabbering a mile a minute before he hit the wall. There's no way.
Carbon monoxide my ass. But he did know they would have caught a lot of this bullshit. Just the part where he's like, I'm gonna give you an extra big fuel line to hold a gallon of gas. Dude, in today's NASCAR, do you not dude? Woo!
Woo!
They suspend your ass.
That's it, dude. You're like, man, like they're going off on people for using that one piece. It used to be lug nuts, but now it's that one center piece that they used to put. I don't like these new rims, Brian. I'm gonna be honest. I like that it's faster pit stops and it's only one bolt, but I think they need to perfect it because I've been watching a lot of tires come popping off, man, just out of nowhere because that ring, whatever it is. But that thing has to weigh so much because there are people that were trying to get a magnesium or carbon fiber, and they're like, nah, that ain't how it works. You can't do that. I watch Dale Jr.'s stuff all the time. You know what my favorite one is recently? The shit they did to Jeremy Mayfield. Wow, NASCAR's dirty.
They fucked Jeremy Mayfield hard,
dude.
Now they said he was on like meth.
They said he was on methamphetamine and shit.
And it was freaking cold medication.
It was cold medication and his Ritalin to help him focus when he drives.
Yeah.
Ritalin only affects people that don't have ADHD. They dogged him, man. And they really did do to him that whole thing you're talking about, the lettuce, Japanese inspection. They really did that to him for real. And when he came back as an independent and started getting in top 5s and top 10s, NASCAR did not like that. I loved Jeremy when he was with Rusty. He was learning so much from Rusty when they were both with Roush. I loved it. And he went to Dodge, and that was his biggest mistake. He went to Dodge, and then they brought in that drug thing. And even Dale Jr. was like, we were scared to death because we didn't know what we could and couldn't take. They were killing people. They were just killing people's careers for cold medicine. Yeah, they dogged Jeremy Mayfield.
Carrie Elways is Russ Wheeler. The Hardee's 18 car. Oh, there we go. Rowdy Burns.
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
Otherwise
Yum.
known as oh shit, what's his name in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, Yondu.
Yondu, man.
Yeah, dude.
You think when he was making this,
yo.
do you think when he was making this movie about down home redneck yeehaw NASCAR drivers
he painted
that he
blue
ever
with a
thought
whistle.
someday he would be blue with a whistle arrow in a comic book movie that had a talking squirrel and a fucking walking tree? Do you think
Right?
he ever
That's
thought
a
that was gonna
raccoon, sir. That's a raccoon, sir.
Yeah, raccoon. I just like
Talking squirrel my ass.
Yeah. Who called him a squirrel? Someone called him a
You
rabbit.
did.
But another one he was called a
Thor
squirrel.
called him a rabbit.
Yeah, Thor called him. You're very wise, rabbit.
Robert Duvall is one of my favorite actors of all time.
Yeah, he's like 190 now.
Yeah, he's classic, man.
Still kicking though.
Yeah, he is.
God, young Tom Cruise.
He's super young. You're talking 1990. You're talking maybe 5 or 4 years removed. 6? What year did Risky Business come out?
Oh, dude, 87.
Yeah,
6,
80, it was
86,
in the
87.
80s.
That was
85.
85.
This is after Cocktail. This is like
Which was
I
80.
remember Cocktail too. I remember
Was this after? Yeah, because Cocktail was 88.
yeah. Color of Money.
One of
Same
my,
time?
one I love so much. I love so much.
You
Top
know what
Gun,
my favorite?
86 Top Gun. I mean, this guy was.
Dude, you know what my favorite movie of Tom Cruise is, and it still is right now. Every time it's on, I watch it. Is Legend, dude.
with the
Legend is
fucking elf
amazing.
people and the unicorn
Yes,
and shit.
yes. I used to be a live fantasy dude.
I just don't
fucking
get
love
it. Like he runs and he's
I
like,
like
"Do you want
Tim
what's in the
Curry.
water?"
Because remember
So I'll
Tim
go-
Curry was the
doesn't-
devil?
Doesn't she throw something in the water and she says anything that now the dude, the monster's badass.
That's Tim Curry, dude.
Yeah,
That was
Tim Curry's badass with those horns.
He was
and
like he
shit.
looked like the devil. He looked like
But
Satan.
when he's literally like the girl, like it's the girl from Ferris Bueller, and she's like, "I'm gonna throw this, and whoever brings it back to me is who I marry." And this fucker runs, jumps off a cliff, lands in the water, and when he comes up, it's winter. I'm like, "What the fuck am I watching, man?" Why
Is
did you
that
have to
because
break
the
your
unicorn-
eyes to get?
It's because the unicorn died, man.
Yeah, that's a real life dude. That's dude right there. That's
That's
what's his
Alan
name?
Kowicki,
Alan
right?
Kowicki, the one that died, right?
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah,
right after this
helicopter
movie was
wreck or
made.
something.
Yeah.
Only
helicopter
independent
crash.
driver to ever win a championship.
Yep, and it was he died the year after.
Died the year right after that. Yeah,
Isn't that
And
Jerry?
then-
Isn't that Jerry Bruckheimer?
Jerry Bruckheimer. Yep.
Yep, Jerry Bruckheimer,
That's back when Bruckheimer and what's his name? used
Tony
to-
Scott.
Tony Scott but they always together. It was Bruckheimer Scott Productions. They did everything together. They did Top Gun together.
So
Yes, they did.
So Cocktail was 88.
Okay.
Risky Business was 83.
Yeah, okay, that was his first
Yeah,
one,
that's
the
why he
big
was that-
one.
Right
He had-
before Days of Thunder. Right before Days of Thunder was Rain Man and Born on the 4th of July.
No, but he was in
Dude.
Taps too.
Ooh.
Remember Taps?
Massive hits, both of them.
I
Oscar,
love
Oscar
Born
on the
nominated.
Oscar nominated for Born on the 4th of July.
And then right after this, and then right after Days of Thunder was Far and Away and A Few Good Men, which were also
If you get
good
Far-
movies.
Yeah.
What
Far
did
and
he
Away
do?
was right
Taps.
after he married Nicole. Like right
Dude,
after
this
he
gave
married
us-
Nicole.
That's
This
why
gave
he
us
met
Cal
he met-
Naughton Jr.
What?
right here. John C. Riley, Cal Naughton
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah.
Gosh, dude, John C. Riley's in this shit.
Yeah, he's got a
Buck
pretty
Brotherton.
big role actually. Buddy
Yes.
Brotherson's son. You know, he's like
Dude, but what was?
well,
what
hell,
year-
here's a side we ain't got to fix. And he
what year- what-
I don't want
what
you spoiled,
year-
but
Dude, what year was that? Taps? That had to be like 81.
Taps is old, bro. Old.
Taps was 81. It was the same year he did Endless Love.
And then there was one all
Oh
the
yeah,
right
he did
moves
Endless
or
Love
something.
with wasn't that the one with
There was one with Craig T.
Look,
Nelson where he trashed their yard
Yeah.
and Craig T. Nelson was blackballing him. He's a football player. All the right moves or some shit like that.
All the right moves.
And
You get to see
And then you had, of course, The Outsiders. The same year he did All the Right Moves and Risky Business, he did The Outsiders, too.
yeah.
look at all the people that were in the Outsiders.
Oh, dude, Matt Dillon, like all the
Rob
rap
Lowe,
actors in it. Yeah.
Matt Dillon, Rob Lowe,
T.
Rob
Thomas
Macchio,
Howell,
Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio.
wow, that's crazy. Dude.
Did Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
Patrick Swayze, C. Everett Howell, oh God, what's his
C.
name?
Thomas Howell.
C. Thomas Howell, Diane Lane.
Diane Lane.
Diane
Even
Lane.
the kid who played the main social guy, Leif Garrett was in it.
Leif Garrett.
Leif Garrett. And the
Emilio
guy who
Estevez.
played- Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it was stacked, bro. That movie
Dude,
was
that was
stacked.
that. What do they call it? They called it the Brat Pack.
No, that was before the Brat Pack.
That was before the Brat Pack.
The Brat Pack was
Now,
like
there were-
Estevez,
John
Sheedy,
Simpson. that's
Michael
right.
Thomas.
But a
all them
lot of
guys.
these guys, a lot of the guys that were in this movie were Brat Pack or Brat Pack adjacent.
A few of them, yeah, adjacent. I don't think they ever considered Swayze was such a serious actor. They never considered him part of the Brat Pack.
No.
But
Rob Lowe was Brat Pack.
Rob Lowe was Brat Pack. Emilio Estevez was Brat Pack. C. Thomas Howell was Brat Pack.
C. Thomas Howell. Matt Dillon was adjacent.
Matt Dillon. Yep. So he was, yeah, dude. And Matt Dillon turned out to be like, bro, not only did he do Outsiders, he went and did Rumblefish with Mickey Rourke. I mean, dude.
Which is in the same book series.
As
Rumblefish.
Yeah.
Rumblefish and Outsiders were written by the same guy.
Did you know Rumblefish was directed by a woman?
Yeah.
Like back then, that was a big deal to have a movie like that directed by a female. Like that was a big deal. You know, and they're both incredible movies, man. Is this the one where he's like, yeah, okay, it's right after Daytona 500. You build me a car. He's
What are you gonna do?
outrageous.
Sit there? What do you carry you? Where to? Victory Lane. Oh hell no! I can walk. Shit.
When he's
sure
eating
Dude, guys, do you know how long it's been since I've seen this movie?
Oh,
It's on HBO Max right now. It's a great movie.
we're
It
gonna
never
have to
gets old.
watch
It's
it.
timeless.
Oh, love this movie.
Nicole Kidman, I really believe she was a doctor.
Yep.
You know, I didn't understand his loyalty to Rowdy though. I didn't get it. But
Yeah, that I did.
but at the same time, I did get it. He'd been visiting him. The only guy that had been through a wreck like that and fucked their head up as bad as him was Rowdy. Rowdy
I didn't know
trusted
they were
him.
I forgot she was in this movie.
So I can see why he went in with a baseball bat and said, "You can't even remember you won Winston Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go down there and
Winston
fix your
Cup.
head, or we can fix it right here, motherfucker."
No, what's
And
gonna be?
and he smacks it. That's a great fucking scene, dude.
Oh, this where they race each other in the rental
That dinner,
cars.
yeah. That's the only part I don't like about the movie. That stupid porn music they're playing when they're racing the car.
Oh, yeah, where
They're doing like the whole bound chicka bound bound thing with
Yeah.
the cars. I'm like, what is going on?
It's true though.
They ate and they're like, yeah, it's right here. No big deal. The cars are like trash by the time we bring them back.
You agree? I ain't gonna let you drive. I agree. You ain't gonna let me drive. Oh yeah.
So we'll just go to, here's what I want to know. How long was the argument before they let him drive him to even the place where you rent cars?
True.
It better cross the street or some shit.
And they're racing in their wheelchairs. What a great movie. Sorry, it's been a long time.
It has.
Well, we played a trick on Cole.
Yo, that chick was bad.
Yeah.
I don't know who she was, but
No.
I was still pretty young. I was a teenager when this came out, so seeing that Victoria's Secret brawl, I was like, man, is that a cop? I didn't get it for like a second. I was like, what's going on, man? Even the cops want to bang this dude.
I believe we've been pulled over. This scene right here. Oh man. It's the Superflow hat. Their first sponsor. Too many. What's up, Rodan? City Chevrolet was Rick Hendrick's dealership, wasn't it?
I think, and I love that the car was pink, the Superflow car. And you know what's crazy? That's the one he wrecked. Like that's the one that almost took him out of the game.
That's the one where he couldn't pick a line and drive through it.
Yeah, just pick a line. Like that's and I could see why like some of the real race car drivers though were like,
That's bullshit.
look, man, that's rubbing racing. I hate that saying. Like Dale Jr. hates that. He's like, that's one of them stupid sayings from a movie. He hates it. But this is the only NASCAR movie we have. But little things like you just pick a line and you drive right. Now yes, you race back to the checkered flag. Back then, you would race back to the green to the yellow flag. You would race back to it. The start,
Yeah.
But that's it. After that, you slowed the fuck down. And if you were at the back of the pack and not the front of the pack, you didn't race shit. You hit the brakes and just said, "Hey, man, I'll go to pit and see what happened, man. I'm not gonna kill myself over 2 seconds."
Yo, no, we're busy eating ice cream. Oh.
Bro Mothra. Alex is still giving him shit about Brodan because like you picked of all that you picked Rodan. Rodan is what you picked. That's your favorite Godzilla creature. You couldn't be like Bro Mothra or Brozilla.
Right?
Alex still calls him Bro Mothra.
Brozilla.
Yeah, any of them, man.
What's up, Brozilla?
Brodora. I mean, it could have been any of them, but I don't know. But you better watch out because Brodan's got a wrench, Alex. I just noticed that.
Bro Mothra. Bro Mothra.
And this whole loose is fast
He's
and on
not
the
in
edge, you're out of
Texas.
control.
Alex, I don't wonder what's the Texas thing about.
Alexis, Texas.
Needs to shut it.
Oh, Alexis, I get it. Okay, that was actually pretty funny.
His way, my way. Goddamn. Yep. Okay, so we are watching this.
Oh man, soon. I mean, I watch it a couple times a year anyway. I have certain movies I don't go a couple years without watching. This is one. Scarface is one. The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I watch all of those. I watch Star Wars every year. I watch Rome. I watch. There's just certain things I watch every year at a certain time. What's the one I watch? Band of Brothers and the Pacific.
Did you say Rome?
Oh yeah, I watch Rome once a year. Rome.
Dude, I haven't seen that in a while. I know it's
Rome,
on.
It's on HBO. I watch Rome and I go right from Rome into Spartacus because they almost play off each other. Rome is the big time capital. Blah blah blah.
Actually, Spartacus, timeline wise, happens before, but sure.
Yeah,
Historically
because he
speaking,
even says in Rome, "Oh, you fancy yourself a Spartacus?"
Yeah. Well, that and young Julius Caesar's in season 4 or 3 of Spartacus. But anyway.
Yeah, I loved that dude's character. That dude, he gave off like a. That's the season I'm on right now. He gave off like a Jax Teller vibe.
Yeah, he did.
Like you could have put that guy in Sons of Anarchy, and he'd have been just fine.
The dude that plays Julius Caesar in Spartacus, and the guy who played Spartacus for those last few seasons, do a podcast on YouTube right now for playing video games.
I didn't know that. Because I loved Andy Whitfield so much, and it was so sad when he died. I remember thinking, well, there goes Spartacus. That was such a great first season. We're fucked. Then they bring in the prequel, Gannicus, and I'm like, yo, this is dope. And then they brought, what's his name? And I always forget his name. Gallagher. He's got an Irish name. I think he's an Irish guy. He might be Australian. I don't know.
Liam. He's a New Zealander.
And he almost looks like Andy Whitfield, and he pulled off Spartacus great for those 2 seasons. He did amazing.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that one of the dudes from Oasis?
No, that was Noel Gallagher.
Liam and Noel.
Yeah, Liam Gallagher. Liam and Noel Gallagher.
Have you never seen Spartacus?
Not all the way through. I watched a couple episodes.
I know.
I just got done binging the series, Chris.
Again. I'm on the last episode, or I'm on the last season with the last few episodes. I think they just killed. What's her name? Navia? No, Navia's the one that lives. Who's the one that died? His chick got hit with the axe.
That was in the season before the last season.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, that's what he before. What episode am I on right now? Oh no! I know what episode I'm on. The one right after. It's a couple episodes after Decimation, where they had to draw the colored rocks.
Yeah.
Whoever pulls.
You're probably at dividing.
I think I'm on episode 6 actually. Crixus, matter of fact, I'm on the episode where Crixus and they're all arguing because Crixus wants to go. He wants to march on Rome. He's had it. And
Yeah,
Spartacus
yeah.
is going, yo, we're not ready, man. It's going to be a trap.
Dividing forces. Dividing
Yeah,
forces. The name of
That's
that
where I'm
episode.
at. But I know that I've never been so look. Man, bro, just Lucy Lawless. I don't even care, bro. Oh my god, that first season, you're just like, holy shit! Like,
Damn.
I didn't know she was down like that. I thought she was one of those chicks that like wouldn't do. She don't give a fuck, bro. She don't give a fuck. That first episode, she starts going to town on herself. Tells her husband, "No, I'm not in the mood. I want to do myself. I want to watch you have sex with this one." And she points at one of the slaves, and I was like, "What is this show about?" I thought it was about. Oh, okay. There's all the blood and guts, but it took me a minute to get there. Like, what the fuck is this show about?
I love
Dude,
it.
it's the best of the Roman Empire times, man. Blood and sex, bro. Like,
You know, my brother Billy built that Ludus, that entire Ludus on Minecraft, brick for
Did he?
brick. Yeah,
that's amazing.
the cliff, everything. And then the road that leads into town. Then he was starting to build Capua. And I'm like, how are you going to build Capua? How do you know what it even looks like? He's like, oh, they got old school map things you can look up online. So they'll show you what Capua looks like. And I'm like, wow, you're dedicated, bro. Then I got into Minecraft and realized how addictive it is because I've got Stark Tower, the Captain America. I got it all, dude. I've got them all. The Avengers facility, I have them all. I have like sections that are just all castles and villages and stuff like that. That's why when we were on with Brian the other night, I was just having a blast watching him play, man. There's something therapeutic about Minecraft.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I know a guy that built all of New York City from a map in Minecraft.
I remember building a flatland, and I did like the Twin Towers, and I did the Empire State Building, I did the Chrysler Building, I did the Capitol. I was doing like all the landmarks of the world. But I got troll ass friends who would come in and like build an airplane. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd build airplanes and point them directly at the towers, and I'd have to go in there and tear them. I'm like, you guys are assholes, man. That shit ain't funny. It's been 20 years, Chris. It's kind of funny. You guys are assholes, bro. And Andy always is like, I'm from New York. I'm allowed to do it. I saw it happen. I'm like, dude, I don't want to. And I'd go on YouTube and be showing off my world on one of my videos. And I wouldn't know that they had gone in there because they had access because they had helped me build the stuff. So I'd go in there and I didn't know they had access. And here's this big 757 sticking halfway out of one of those buildings. And I'm like, dude, you guys are dicks, bro.
Son of bitches.
So
Dude.
now I gotta stop the video because that's when you actually made the video, then put it up. You didn't go live. I had to stop the video, tear apart the 757, then record again. I used to get so mad at those guys for that. Like they don't give a fuck, dude. Them motherfuckers.
I also had a friend who built Metropolis in Minecraft too.
Metropolis or Metropolis like where I'm from, Metropolis, like Southern Illinois Metropolis.
No, Metropolis as in Metropolis from Superman.
Well, how would they know what Metropolis looks like? I thought Metropolis was just New York.
Because no, Metropolis is New York.
It's not.
Gotham is New York, dude. Gotham.
Both of them are New York.
I know, but I thought Superman was from New York too. They were.
No, Metropolis is New York too.
Yeah, I thought, but like a different borough.
Where they say
like Manhattan.
No. Metropolis is in fucking Kansas, guys. Come on.
No, it's not. It's New York, dude.
Yes, it is.
Water through. Where's water?
400 miles from Smallville. It's in fucking.
Wait, is Metropolis in Kansas?
Metropolis
in
is an
Smallville.
island.
In the show Smallville, it is. Where the fuck is?
Where's Kansas? Where's the water around
Metropolis?
It is New York. It's supposed to be
Kansas
New York.
City.
No, maybe he's right. Maybe it really is in Kansas because that's
no, it's not. It's not in Kansas. It would be if it's not.
But
New
I
York,
thought he moved to New York to be a fucking
that's
journalist.
Where else are you gonna move to be a huge reporter? It's not gonna be freaking Kansas. Come on.
I don't know. That's a weird one.
It's supposed to be New York because they have. It's kind of like a little bit.
It ain't shit. Superman could live in Kansas and fly to New York every day.
If you look at all the,
it wouldn't mean shit, dude.
If you look at
nothing for
Metropolis
Superman.
in the movie,
Dude, it's based on New York, but it is not in New York. Jesus
well,
fucking
Gotham.
Well, that's what I meant.
Metropolis
It's based
city.
on New York, right? Like it is basically. New
It's
York,
based
but
off of New York, but it's not in New York. It's actually, if you look at the map, it's near.
No, it's New York.
I
Dude.
love it that he cut out right
It
when he
is-
was going to say where it's
it-
near.
it's New York
Near
because-
where, Dave? Come on, man.
If you look at all the Superman movies, right? It's an island with water. That's Manhattan. If you look at all the
I'm going by what the comic books would say, though, the
BDS,
canon,
it
the
was
actual
Manhattan.
canon, not what Joel Silver, not where Joel Silver says it's from or whatever his name is.
Yeah, it's New York, guys. And
Was
then,
it Joel Silver or was it? It's Silver, right? Joel Silver, yeah.
Yeah. So somebody said that it was basically Metropolis was New York by day.
I want to look on the
yeah.
map. I want Thay to show the map, but he cut out because he was going to say it's right near, and he stopped. He cut out. That I hate it when that.
I'm
happens.
looking for it if you give me a
freaking
second.
Well, a minute ago you cut out.
And supposedly, what's Central City? I think that's St. Louis. I think
Central City is in Ohio. Star City is in Connecticut. Midway City is in Michigan.
I don't think we have there is no St. Louis. No one gives a shit about us.
But I know it was the Midwest. I know it was.
We don't got no comic book characters, man. I don't give a fuck about the arts.
I know New York. I know Gotham is New York. I think it was Brooklyn.
Gotham is the city of New York.
Yeah, and Metropolis too, dude.
No, Metropolis. Okay,
Metropolis is
Metropolis
is New York because of the Richard Donner movie and every other movie since. That's the only reason.
Richard Donner. What did I say? Joel Silver? The fuck is wrong with me? And you guys didn't correct me. I even asked, "Is it Joel Silver?" And you fucking nodded.
No, but the way they did it, the way that guy did it, he
according to current DC timeline, it is in Delaware.
What? Was it like Washington D.C. ish?
It's supposed to be Washington D.C.
Yeah, that would be that would be
because it would be Metropolis.
That would be C-ish.
Yeah,
it wouldn't exactly be DC, but it'd be pretty fucking close.
And Gotham would be really close, and it's in the water. That's why.
That's a few hundred miles away, man. New York and
Gotham.
DC.
Gotham is still technically New York City.
Yeah. But the way Zach did it was he made Gotham Brooklyn.
Yeah.
In the stories version, in DC in the DC timeline, a passing reference is made to the merging of the eastern seaboard cities from Boston to Washington D.C. into a newly incorporated urban center called Metropolis.
Boston. I like the idea of it being in Boston. We're gonna go with Boston. Fuck DC.
It's Boston to DC.
No, I'm talking about Metropolis in Delaware. Yeah.
No, they're calling that whole area Metropolis.
No, they're calling the whole area from Boston to Washington D.C. Metropolis.
So New England.
Okay.
Okay, I could go. I'll get on board with that. Okay.
Like they call don't you understand? Like they call New York, it's Manhattan, but everybody calls it New York. But all the boroughs are New York.
But it's all New York. Brooklyn, the
everything's
Bronx.
all New York. Or everything's all New York. You can put New York City,
Queens and Harlem,
the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island. It could be like that, dude.
I always forget Staten Island. I always fucking forget Staten Island, and people get mad at me.
Yeah,
because when I was young, Harlem was a borough. And now it's not for some reason.
No, Harlem was never a borough, dude.
It's just a neighborhood.
Harlem is a neighborhood in Manhattan, dude.
That's crazy. I really thought Harlem was a borough.
No, it's
Queens is a borough.
Queens, Brooklyn,
Brooklyn,
Manhattan, and Staten Island. I always fucking forget Staten Island.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Wu-Tang. My bad, guys. No, that's not even Staten Island. No, that's Staten Island. I was going to say Coney Island. I lived there for 2 years too, Brian. No shit. I lived in Clifton, New Jersey, but between there and Brooklyn. But still, it's the same shit because I saw New York every day.
Yeah, like
Metropolis is frequently depicted as being within driving distance of Gotham City.
So I think it's like Newark. It has to be that shit. Metropolis.
Well, that's why I said that. Okay, so it says Gotham and Metropolis are called the Twin Cities, at opposite sides of the Delaware Bay.
We're not talking about actual fucking locations. We're talking
Hey
about.
man,
Good
hey,
talking.
Hold on a second.
hey,
I got
this stuff
something for that.
fucking matters, bro.
Does it? Does it?
Fictional characters. They're not talking about you. They're talking about
So there's
Am I getting through to you at all?
characters.
So that's what I was right. Manhattan is Metropolis and Gotham is Brooklyn. There's just
No. Again, what did I just say?
If it's
probably
within
Newark.
driving distance of New York,
Have you
Okay,
been to
first
Newark?
off,
close.
this is New York superiority talking here. Okay, I
Yeah,
can
I'm
hear
from
it.
New York, so
Okay, so everything
That's
has
what
to
it is.
revolve around New
Krypton-
York.
Krypton's from
Yeah,
New York.
I'm done.
Yeah, I forgot about
No,
that.
I
Give me that
thought
crap.
Hey,
I'm from
Brian,
California.
Brian,
This fucking
Brian,
guy over
drop
here is
Krypton.
from the fucking
Drop
block over
Krypton.
here.
Drop Krypton off the panel. Get rid of him. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
I forgot Krypton's
California,
from New York.
bitch. No.
Freaking New Yorkers.
you guys have
He wants Batman
You guys
and
have National
Superman.
City
What a
Girl,
fucking asshole.
Brian.
Next, you'll be telling us the Mascara's in Maine or some shit. You
Oh,
want it
yeah,
all,
right.
don't you?
Wait,
Buffalo. Buffalo.
That's
Upstate
LA,
New
right?
York.
The Mascara's in Buffalo.
Hey, and National City, that's LA, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That doesn't exist.
And Coast City was San Diego.
Wow, so you know what this means? St. Louis really ain't got shit.
No.
No,
Neither is San
no, you're
Francisco. It's
in
just
San Diego.
San Francisco.
Where's
Maybe I'll make something. You know what? Spawn. Spawn's from St. Louis. Fuck it.
Right?
Nope. Spawn from New York too.
Right?
Yeah,
From
I
New
love
York,
that.
yeah.
God, I love that. Listen, I love that. They're all from New York, and I love it. But yeah,
Bears.
we don't have shit. You
The
know what I
Bears.
think? I don't think Chicago. No, Chicago got Static. I think Static's from Chicago, actually.
What's Freeland? That's Detroit, right?
You know what though? Static might not be. I don't know where. Burnham
No,
would know. I
Black
don't know
Lightning.
where
Freeland
Static.
should be Detroit, right? Because it's in Michigan.
Detroit.
What's Michigan? What is
Detroit's the Crow, bro, and that's the only one I care about out of Detroit is the Crow.
RoboCop. Delta
RoboCop.
City.
RoboCop don't count. He's a fucking superhero. He's a robot. That's
Yeah,
like
he
saying
was.
you give a fuck which Skynet place the Terminator got assembled on. Like with the
Okay. No. How is RoboCop not a hero, a superhero?
Yeah.
He's a robot. Well, he does have human traits. I don't know, man. That's a tricky
is-
one,
If
man.
Cyborg is a superhero,
He is a superhero.
okay, then why not RoboCop? He flies in the third one.
Yep.
It's just not really the same. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, man. That one's I don't know. Cyborg, because I didn't even consider. Listen, a lot of people I consider them all superheroes. The one that I've never considered a hero is Superman. He's invincible as fuck. He does not have to display courage because he's not afraid of anything. It wasn't until later when they started introducing the dark sides and the doomsdays and all that shit.
Oh, just
That-
gotta
when-
get him off
but-
planet. Get him
Yeah,
off planet,
and
good to
these
go.
are all aliens from another planet. Here on our planet, nah, man, there's nothing can fuck with Superman. That's why I'm liking the boys so much, because I'm really starting to see their problem. There is no one like Homelander. How do you stop this guy if he decides to go crazy? Like if Superman really lost his shit, how would you stop him?
Well, he did it in
It's kind of what they did in
those
BVS.
series, yeah.
You know, like Injustice was kind of like
Injustice,
meh,
yeah.
meh. You know,
Oh man, dude, he killed freaking Billy, dude.
I know, but they had like
That's
red
nuts.
kryptonite, white
the point.
kryptonite. They had shit they could, and besides that, it only took. You know what it took Superman to stop? A stern talking to. They only fought him for a few minutes, and they were like, "Superman, look at what you're doing." He was like, "Yeah, I know, it's
Yeah,
fucked up.
you're right.
You're right."
Sorry.
But
My bad,
I
y'all.
liked it. I liked it. Everybody didn't like that, and I.
What are you
think that-
talking about? He's still a villain.
I think that is how you would get through to a bad Superman. That's the only way. You'd have to talk him down.
But that's
couldn't fight him.
but that's why everybody's liking the boys, because the boys shows you what it would really be like. I mean,
Yeah, because he's a fucking lunatic. This
somebody has the
motherfucker's
powers. Somebody has the
crazy.
powers of Homelander. They're not going to be talked down to with some stern language. Okay.
And I don't understand.
I
this.
think
I don't
like-
know where it's going, but
Like,
I'm
majority
loving
of
it.
us would be like that. Though.
Oh, you think I'm going to stop because you tell me something in certain? No, I'm going to crush your head. You know, like
I'm gonna vaporize you, motherfucker.
And in this season where he just turned on and said, you know what? I talk, but I am fucking better than you. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
And fuck anybody who's got a problem with it. Now people are scared shitless. Like, man, I wouldn't even want to go to work. I fucking
who's not scared, and he's still not scared, and he's still scared of him. He's still scared of what's his character's name?
Who?
The Vought guy, the guy from Vought. The one the guy from Vought, the black guy. Oh my
I
God.
know. It's what's his name?
Oh my God.
Black Noir.
Breaking Bad.
The Breaking Bad.
He's one of the Grand Moff something in Mandalorian.
The leader of Vought.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah,
Giancarlo Esposito.
he's still afraid of that guy.
Remember when he said
Stanley Edgar or something like that?
Yes. Oh yeah, Eggers. Yeah, Stanley Eggers.
Dan Edgar.
Because I thought he was gonna nuke him, dude. When he lost all his power, and then when he goes, "You're nothing but bad product," and I thought he was gonna vaporize him. And he didn't. He was still scared of him.
I think I don't know. Yeah, I think he's still a little afraid of him. But eventually, here's what I see coming. Everybody thinks it's gonna be a fight between Butcher because they're all strung out on the dope now. Okay, they're all strung out on the super dope. And let me tell you something right now. Just if there's any moral people out there that want to know, Chris, would you do it? Yep. Just want you to know, I'd be shooting up that shit every fucking day, bro. Because I'd be scared to fucking death of someone like Homelander or Maeve. Maeve's the Wonder Woman, you know what I mean? She's almost, but none of them I love the scene where they show her training, and Starlight talks to her and she's like, I thought you weren't training. I thought you were. She's like, I haven't had a drink in 4 months, and of course I'm training because I know I'm gonna die if I go up against him. But if I can even buy someone a few seconds, I was like, dude, I love Maeve now. It's like she's willing to train that hard just to buy somebody a few seconds to take this fucker down. But I think it's going to be Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy is as strong, if not stronger than Homelander right now.
He's invincible like he is.
Like so that's the battle. That what that is? That's Zod and Superman tearing up Batman's building. Remember in the Batman's like, look,
yeah.
That's the beginning of BVS.
He's so fucking evil, Chris. Damn.
I actually like BVS. I mean.
No, I know but it's funny.
I gotta power through that shit. But yeah, that's them two are gonna tear the whole city apart. I hope they got it in the budget because a fight between those two, and I love
everything else on the budget. Everything has been
what's
perfect.
His name?
This is what I don't get when people say that people can't make shit like that in fucking series and shit.
I forgot that
complaining and bitching that Zack Snyder needs $200 million to make a Zack Snyder on HBO Max.
Well,
these people are doing
a lot of money to make certain.
No, I'm just saying, but
good.
People are doing it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
These people are doing great with what the budget that they have, and
they are, but they haven't done anything super huge yet. In Boys, they've made it scary. The Boys is more of a superhero horror story. They've had a few big scenes, but nothing big. You know what I mean? Like I just forgot. Are you watching The Boys, Brian?
No.
Do you watch The Boys at all?
I haven't watched it at all yet. I just haven't had the time.
Oh, yeah, you'll like it. I can't. The way the season started, I don't want to spoil it, but it blew my fucking mind. I was like, what am I watching? And then I love that May finally hooked up a Butcher. That was pretty cool, because they're both messed up and they might actually treat each other good. And not Jared Padalecki, but the other guy. The other one, the brother.
Jensen Ackles.
He looks so fucking dope as Soldier Boy, dude. And his voice, when he finally talked.
Yeah.
He went in and just murked that bitch. And I was like, yeah, I'm in. And they're like, we wanted a weapon to stop Homelander. Soldier Boy is the weapon to stop Homelander. And I was like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, Huey. Tell that sparkly bitch what's up.
Because his superpower is dope, dude. Because it negates the other powers, dude. Once he blasts you, dude.
And I love Starlight. And I love that they kept her in her. I like the other outfit. They tried to put her in the sexy outfit. And she's like, I'm not fucking wearing that. I prefer that outfit because this one looks too kiddie. And that's not me being a pervert. That's just me saying this other outfit is actually worse because it looks like something a kid would wear. You know what I mean? With the little cape and everything. Get the fuck out of here. Miss me with that shit. Looking like Rainbow Bright. Bitch looks like Rainbow Bright. But when Huey took the dope and now he knows that, look, like I got this one shot. I love my woman, but I can also kind of check her ass because She can't hurt me. Got me shooting the super dope. So he kind of tells her, this is what we're doing, okay? And if you don't like it, and he's like, please come with me. But if you don't, hey man, sit your sparkly ass down and stay here. I don't give a fuck. And he like left, and I went, oh shit. So we're getting this season's been so fucking crazy,
so
dude.
good, dude. No, but we're getting the episode 6. This one is Herogasm.
Yeah, why is it called that?
Because it's basically it's a retreat where all the supers go and have sex.
Oh, that's right. They have an orgy.
They have the massive orgy, and that's what they're gonna show in this episode, dude. It's gonna be nuts.
I don't want to get too
everybody
pervy.
said, like,
I don't want to get too pervy on 10 forward. But
it's okay. We're about ready to wrap this up
because we haven't talked about any food. But listen, all I'm saying is a guy like Homelander, he's at that moment. That moment where you either stay in or you pull out. At that moment when he pulls out, I hope there's no airplanes flying over because that shit's gonna come out like a fucking gun. You know what I mean? Like he's a superhero. This shit the writing in this fucking show. That girl's sitting there half charbroiled, half crazy, and all she wants to do is give him a hand job. Like it's
Dad, how can you hate the Colonel?
Because he puts an addictive chemical in his chicken that makes you crave it fortnightly, smart ass.
That is
I've never seen that one.
Really?
I've never.
So I Married an Axe Murderer.
I've never seen that one. Yeah.
I saw that a long time ago though.
Is she really an axe murderer?
No, it's her sister.
Fucking spoilers! You could have just said no. Nah. Why would I watch it?
All right, because it's funny.
Fucking
all right,
spoilers, man.
This has been for a movie that's 30 years old.
I think that when The Boys goes into syndication, we should see if we can get Disney to pick it up. Now that would be funny.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
They got parental control now. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses. They got parental controls now, man.
All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this up because dinner's ready and I'm going to go eat. So thank you for joining us this week again. It's been a blast as always. We'll be back here next week, 5 p.m. Pacific.
But before we go, Brian's going to tell everybody what he's having for dinner.
Oh, smoked salmon. I don't know what the accoutrement is.
Accoutrement?
What is
accoutrement?
that?
What are you trying to make me look stupid?
Aside. He made me.
You got to say the fancy French one. You can't fucking
the
say.
accoutrement.
Oh, never mind. I let it slip that I knew it was French. See, I'm sitting here acting like I'm all hurt. And you pronounced it wrong. It's accoutrement.
Yeah, right.
Accoutrement.
Side.